Hey everybody. Uh it is the Weekly Alaboom, May 27th, the year of our Lord, 2026. I might as well do my commercial, get it out of the way. Gods and Prophets expansion for Reavers and Midgard Deluxe is on Kickstarter right now. And if you are so inclined, you should go ahead and Google that, check it out. Simply a fabulous expansion for a fabulous game. Reavers Midgard is easily my favorite game that Gray Fox Games has published. I find the single worker action process and then like the following of the action of the person that claims the action to be a very fun way to keep everybody interacted, everybody involved in the game constantly. Uh, it just has some more meat on the bone when compared to Champions of Midgard, which is still a really good game. But if I'd always take Reavers and Midgard. And the Reavers and Midgard expansion, it's like one of those expansions that already just builds up the base game. It doesn't change it, doesn't alter it a lot. There's a few added things as far as new dice and new tokens that you can collect, new prophecies, new a brand new type of Viking die that you can collect. But everything works exactly the same, so you don't have to relearn it. And then plus a bunch more cards that get to be put into all of the decks of the game. So there you go. That's Reavers of Midgard, Gods and Prophets expansion. Uh, got over 1,000 backers. Got a couple days left on that. So if and if you missed out on the original Reavers of Midgard, we do have the deluxe version of that and the deluxe expansion. So you can one tiny price get it all in one fell swoop, and then you'll have everything. It's pretty amazing, if I do say so. Myself, I see a few people watching. I know I'm kind of hanging out and waiting for other people to show up tonight. I know Aldi's planning on being here. I don't know if Anthony is going to be here, but I know there's going to be several that are planning on showing up. But since you're watching and I'm talking, if you have any questions for me, otherwise you just got to listen to me ramble about a few things. But if you have anything that you think that you'd want to ask me while we're waiting for people to show up, I can definitely answer those questions if I see them in the chat. Um, I do have a minor. Oh, I went to go see Mandalorian and Grogu earlier today with my dad and my son Caleb went through. So three generations of us. Um, and hey, Michael. And I'm not going to give any spoilers or anything, but I don't think you could even spoil this movie. Um, it is a very solid and enjoyable movie. I do feel they could knock 20 minutes off of it, and it would be a much tighter um, movie. So maybe a little. My son Ross asked me for stars out of 5, and I gave it 3.5 stars. But if there was like if they trimmed like 20 minutes off of it, I would absolutely bump it up to a 4-star movie. It just was very enjoyable and relaxing. I had to stop myself to like continuity things. There's some continuity stuff like within. I mean, there's total non-spoiler. There's this scene where you can see this gladiator fight, and in the scene of the gladiator fight, you see one combatant knock the shield out of the other combatant's hand that he has, and then they go to the crowd, and then when you see these things, I'm like, how did this even slip by? You can see it, you in the crowd, you can see there's a discussion or something going on, and you can see the combatants fighting, and you can see that the character like has the fighter has his shield again, and is still fighting him. And you're like, oh, okay, because he had a spear and a shield, and his spear gets knocked off and it flies off to Lord knows where. And he grabs his spear and he uses two hands. And then they cut into the audience and they're having a conversation, and then you can see that combatant has a spear and a shield in his hand. And you're like, oh, he must have gotten another shield or something like that. And then a split second later, they cut back to the action with between the gladiators, and he's back to not having a shield and holding onto a spear with two hands. I mean, who cares, right? It's just a movie. But I mean, those things, they drive me crazy when I see them. It's just like, how do you not notice that? You've got millions of dollars being spent on making this movie. You can't just have, and it's so obvious that the fight is it's CGI, right? When they zoom out and you can see it kind of in the background, it's so obvious that it's CGI. So you could just have okay, the erase the shield, or whatever. So anyway, Michael, you asked who wrote The Last Day. That, oh my gosh, why can't I think of his name right now? He's a prolific um um oh, uh, Last Days. Adam Neville is his name, and he is a UK author, and he's very prolific, and he pretty much only uh, makes horror. I don't think I've ever read anything from him that isn't horror. Um, um, but anyway, so that's that's that. Um, anyway, hey Kabuki Kid. Um, what's up with YouTube? I get no notifications, so the showing. I mean, sometimes it's a weird algorithm thing. I mean, literally, there are YouTube channels that I'm subscribed to that I've hit the bell icon and I don't get any notifications for it, right? And then I'll be like, wow, has blah 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 YouTube channel not made any videos in a long time? And I'll go pull up their channel and I'll see literally like they've made 15 videos in the last like 4 weeks. And I didn't get one notification. But there you go. Uh, but yeah, so Michael, yeah, and Michael, you need to, if you have any books you think I should check out, please let me know. I did see a trailer, and this is a pretty random book, and I was pretty impressed and I read this. Oh, I don't even know why I read this in the first place. Um, but somebody suggested it to me. I think it was my brother. I'm not sure. Um, but there was a movie called The Dog Stars, and somebody suggested it to me, and I read it, and um, and it's a post-apocalyptic movie, and it was a good book. No spoilers, no nothing. Not going to say anything about it. And I saw a trailer for that movie, and I was like, I had no idea they're making a movie. I mean, that was like that's super cool. Because yeah, I mean it's a really really good book, and I would if you're looking for um it's very enjoyable, I guess is where I'm getting at. And that's not a horror. That is just by a guy that it's like a post-apocalyptic world, and he's got a plane, and he's got his dog. And that's why I kind of liked it, because he had his dog. But and then some mysteries start happening. I'll leave it at that. So the dog stars. Check that out. Good stuff. But soon to be a movie, apparently. Um, oh, what else has been going on? Oh, excuse me. It's been it's been unseasonably warm here. It's been over 90 degrees the last few days up here in Minnesota. Um, my holiday weekend was productive, would be the word I'd use. Got down to the lake, got it opened up, got it cleaned out a little bit, got some things set up. Um, so that's ready and rocking. Uh, did some stuff around the house, put some things together. I had a birdhouse that broke, so I took the time to uh, take it down from its perch and put it back together. Thankfully, there were no birds living in it at the time. I was kind of worried that it was like, oh, somebody's got eggs or something in there. But the top was all shambles. So took it down, and with my zero level carpentry, I was able to uh, you know, fix it, put, slap it back together, and it looks a little uglier than it was before, but it will do what it's supposed to do now, for keeping for if a bird decides to raise a family in it, which um yeah, I mean that's good, right? Um, what else did I do? The lawn is becoming insane, but we're doing the no mow May, to allow things to the critters and what have you that need the dandelions and the other flowering weeds and seeds and whatever to cultivate and help out before we tear it all down. What that means is this weekend I will be fighting grass that in some areas of my lawn are now it's not like a foot and a half high. So it'll take the better part of several hours to get it done, but that's fine. Um, Throw in a podcast, listen to that if you will. Um, what else? Well, I mean, on Memorial Day, we just tried to relax, try to do as little as possible. Um, it felt like it was one of the first days, like I just said, I'm not going to work on anything today. And I still ended up doing some work anyway, but I tried just to clear my mind of that stuff before I went back to it. Uh, Caleb finishes up eighth grade here this week. So that's exciting. He will be my youngest son will be a high schooler very, very soon. A little sad, if I have to be honest. Um, you know, Kids keep growing up, so whatever. Um, hey, Blue Tanuki, I backed Stone Top. I'm still waiting for my copies. Obviously, I can download PDFs, but I hate reading digitally. Um, it's one of my least favorite things to do. I like having a book in my hands. I realize that's very uh Grognardian or whatever. Um, I will give the author and creator of Stone Top all the credit in the world, that they have um I mean the books are incredibly late, right? And uh most creators, in my opinion, would have given up at this point, and thrown in the towel. But they kept at it and created it. I have run and played Powered by the Apocalypse style games. It's not my favorite thing in the world. Um, I mean, the whole idea behind Powered by the Apocalypse RPGs, in my opinion, is failing forward. Um, that it's like even if you don't succeed in what you're trying to do, you still get it, but it comes at a price. And I think that can be fun and innovative, for players to uh, determine uh, certain aspects of what happens to their characters, and I think that's nice. But I think that suits a lot of players. But in my group, is definitely entrenched in the idea of I missed when I tried to hit the Minotaur, and now he gets to beat the hell out of me, and I get to roll that die as the dungeon master. Um, I think that we've played D&D that way for so long that it is very difficult for us to move away from there. I'm interested to read the Stonetop books a great deal just because I think I'm going to steal a ton of stuff from it as well. Actually, I got a fulfilled Kickstarter today. I also show this. This oh, might be tough to see. Into the majestic fantasy realms, the Northern Marches. Bat in the Attic Games, Robert S. Conley. So Robert S. Conley is known for doing cartography, a ton of cartography for um, uh, like other publishers. He makes fantastic world maps, as you can see. That's that. And he had a Kickstarter a couple years ago, basically to make uh, his own world. And it seems like this happens a lot with people. Like they have their own world that they created that they've played in or had people play in for years, and now they're going to go ahead and have you muck around. And this is the world that they live in. And the cool thing about this is that it is like the maps. I mean, again, I don't see. I got this because just the author I've never met him, but I've definitely read a lot of the stuff that he's created. The glare off this is just really bad. I apologize. But I got it because I wanted to support the guy because he kind of now has branched off on his own. But also, uh, he has the ability to like draw a little. In the stuff I've read from him, he has this ability of writing like a one paragraph thing about a layer of whatever. It doesn't, name a monster, right? A layer of a carrion crawler beast or something like that. And it inspires me to come up with an idea that backs that up and makes it. And so he's really, really good about making that stuff. And part of the Kickstarter was you can get these giant poster maps made as well. And I have those, and I don't have, I'm not going to show them to you because I'm not going to go dig them out. But they're huge. And I have this idea that maybe if I run a campaign in this world, which I'm not sure I'm going to ever do, but I mean, here's like a map he made of like a city, and it's not like it's not there isn't there isn't every single building has an explanation of what it is. It just kind of gives you an overview of it, and you could slap this down on the table and people can see it. When we play on this table behind me, um when we play, we usually have a glass sheet on the table, and then we'll put maps and stuff underneath it. And so, what I would love to do is like take one of those giant poster maps of the world and put that underneath it, just so the players can always have that to be able to look at and say, "Oh, we're here in this town, and we need to get to here." And then, so then there's a process. I'm always against. I'm usually of this mindset of like, oh, it's fun if players explore and the world isn't known. But it's been, and I'd have to go back to, maybe, my old Greyhawk days where like the world was a known thing. And they, this city's here, and we know how if you take this road, you get to that city, and so on and so forth. And I've kind of in my brain kind of come around to that idea of like, wouldn't that be cool? Like just to have a known world. You can still have, mysterious ruins and things like that. I mean, you can basically say, stick to the roads. If you leave the roads, you're asking for trouble. Well, so there you go. I mean, they leave the roads, they're gonna like stumble across an Enkeg mine, a lair or whatever, and have these giant insects start eating their ponies or whatever. So I like the idea of making something like that. Which kind of like leads me back to Stone Top a little bit, where I I like the fact that that world is the way it is, right? I mean, I've read a little bit or heard a little bit about it and how every player starts in that village of Stone Top, and then the idea that the things that they do and the actions they take um, will invariably change the village in some way, and you get to make those changes as the players play. Regardless, I'm really impressed by uh, the author's ability to create that place and create it. And it's something like, and again, it's something that they created. They've been playing in it for like over a decade. So, and you'll find that a lot of times people will create those things that have that like, oh, I've been working on this for like 10 years, and that first one is just amazing. But everything else that comes after it is just like these lower degrees of amazing as you move forward. Like the creator of Barrow Maze. Barrow Maze is one of the best mega dungeons ever created. And but as the successive uh creations from that author came out, they kind of got a little bit worse and a little bit worse and a little worse. Hey Stick, hey Robert. Um, I'm flying solo right now. This is the longest flown solo. So I'm answering questions. If anybody has any questions for me, happy to answer those. Um, uh, what else? What else is going on? Origins is coming up. If any of you are going to Origins, Gray Fox Games will have a booth. Uh, so I'm excited for the possibility of uh, um, if you just say hi and see how we're doing, and we can that would be nice if you wanna do that. Um, what else? What else is going on? I don't know. It's weird that it's almost June. I thought I had more time before June comes. I gotta wait for it not to be 8,000 degrees out, and I've gotta make it to my storage unit and pull all the games that I'm going to sell and at the Nerdy Rummage sale that's coming up in a couple of weeks, and and then enroll with that. So I can get rid of the last of my stuff, and hopefully I can clean out my storage locker and cancel that. Um, Robert's hopefully back to Origins for Friday. And then driving from Cleveland to, oh, okay. Well, I mean, pop by, Robert, say hello at the booth. Um, what else? Trying to think of things I could talk about that aren't like politically motivated or in any way, shape, or form, and not talk about sports either, because OTAs started today for the NFL. So exciting times in the NFL, and I'm excited to see what my beloved Minnesota Vikings do. Um, I watched a really good video about like how uh I saw Mandalorian. You missed my brief review of it there, Robert. Um, I said 3.5 out of 5 stars. If you cut 20 minutes out, I give it 4. That's the best way I can do it. What was I saying before I saw that? The question about Mando. Oh, you're fine, Robert. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about missing it. Um, Somebody mentioned that there's a Dr. Pepper coconuts and cream soda, and I saw it out in the wild, but I couldn't bring myself to buy a 12 pack of a soda that I was going to drink one of and want to throw the rest away. I got to find somebody who has bought a 12 pack. Will just give me one of those so I can take one sip of it and then pour the rest out. It looks horrible. I can't imagine that would ever taste good. Um, See, the audience in these situations is supposed to ask questions, so then I can answer those, and then I don't have to think of things to talk about. I am as far as like cleaning out my storage container or whatever, I do want to, like I said, clean it out and get most stuff out. But I mean, there's already like stuff in there. Like when the old Ford Explorer finally died, it had four really good tires on it. So I took those tires off. Like those tires are in there because they're the exact right size for another one of the cars we own. Speaking of which, I think we're gonna go down one car because there's just no sense right now with Ross being away in college. I mean, obviously Ross is back and has his car now, but um, there's no sense in having. We have a pickup. We got a relatively new Volkswagen and a Honda Pilot, and there's no sense in keeping either the pickup or the Honda Pilot. I got to pick one of those. Get rid of it. Um, but thank you for the no questions to their chat. I appreciate it. I asked nicely, and nobody asked me anything. Um, this is so much easier when like Aldi's here. I can ask him what's going on. Uh, Lance, have you read any of the culture novels by Ian Ian M. Banks? Speaking, so you can tell that since I don't I can't Banks, Scottish author. Um let's see here. Oh, he's dead for one. That sucks. Sorry there, Ian or he died relatively young too. Uh what did that's well, first of all, um he's a left of center, that's good. Um In 1988, Banks was in a near fatal accident when his car rolled off the road. In February 2007, Banks sold his extensive car collection. Um, Terminal gallbladder cancer. Well, that sucks. That's horrible. I've never read any of his culture novels, but now um, I think I'm gonna have to check that out. If you have a favorite book of his that you think I should read, Blue, let me know. Uh, Aside from Mandalorian, have you watched anything good? Well, I am looking forward to them finally make coming out with a second season of The Gentleman on Netflix. That like the first one, the Guy Ritchie whatever TV show based kind of in the world of his movie, The Gentleman. That was a good little show, and the movie, The Gentleman movie, is good too. But like it's been forever since that. Player of Games is a good start. All right, I'll check that out. I'll put it on my list, if you will. Um, so that I there's that new show on Apple TV that I've heard lots of people say nice things about that I want to watch. I think it's something my wife would like too. So about the haunted town, whatever. God, what is it? Apple TV haunted town. Um, Widow's Bay horror comedy, 10 episode season. So I definitely want to check that out. and see what that's like. So, but I don't know if it's any good or not. Um, um, what else? What else? What else? I Googled Apple TV Haunted Town, and apparently there's an Apple, like a Haunted Towns Apple TV show as well. That's weird. Um, there again, Wheel of Time campaign. I I have avoided so Wheel of Time stuff so much. I read like the first two or three books, and then I kind of just got sidetracked, and then I didn't read any more of them. I mean, I have a buddy who read all of them, and he said they finished really well, but I have zero interest. Zero, zero interest in picking that up. I don't have the time. I don't have the time or the inclination. I don't have the time for Wheel of Time. Um, I don't have any desire whatsoever to check that out. I I've become very what's I'm looking for here? I've become very particular about a lot of things or what I pick up. Like I almost never buy a board game anymore. Just there's just no need. I don't when I go to board game hangouts or whatever, somebody almost always has the new hotness and one they've played it and they know it and they can just teach me and I can just play their copy and I can be like, that was fun. Because I never see myself going to be sitting down and playing it. For example, one of the things I'm going to do um, when it when I get all the stuff out of my all the games out of my storage unit, like I have all of the Call of Cthulhu stuff. Well, I have zero interest in playing, not Call of Cthulhu, Cthulhu Wars stuff. I have zero interest in playing that stuff. Zero. But I do plan on like taking all the miniatures out of it and throw them in a box, throw them in a tub, and then just get rid of the rest. How many games left in the storage unit? I'm gonna guess between 400 and 600, and I am going to sell those for dirt cheap. This anybody listening to this, if they want to buy, like I will hand pick like probably 10 or 12 games out of there that I want to keep. But if anybody else wants to just drive a trailer up to my storage unit and give me a flat sum for them, so I don't have to deal with like trying to sell them, uh, you are more than welcome to drive to Moorhead, Minnesota, and we'll spend a day digging them all out, and and then it'll be your problem, and you can take care of it. So then I don't have to worry about it. I don't have to deal with it. And again, I'll be sad for like 5 minutes when they leave, but overall, I'll just be like, yeah, whatever. See you later. And then after that, it will be time for me to go and start digging through all my books and getting rid of books because I have so many books. But books, like you can find people online that will just buy chunk books from you. Like you can just say, yeah, I've got 100 pounds of books. And yeah, and they'll give you pennies on the dollar for them, but they're eBay bookseller people, right? So they're like, "Oh yeah, I'll buy that book from you, or I'll buy those 100 books from you for $110." And they'll turn around and they're selling them for 8, 9, $10 a piece. That's why they're making their money. But, you know, and the ones I don't sell, you can donate. You can go to your library and donate them. and they'll just have them in their collections for when they do their um, their book selling stuff. Um, so yeah. If only bags of holding were real. No, you know what? Like somebody asked me earlier today, I was like, they're like, how you been? And I was like, I don't know. And like, I know it's like a tired refrain from me at this point, but I will always say, um, a one-legged man in a butt kicking contest. And they're like, oh, how can I help? And I was like, make it 8 days a week and 36 hours a day. Then maybe if you could do that, then maybe I'd have enough time to do all the weird stuff or whatever that I'm trying to take care of. You know, like not to sit here and talk about the Reavers of Midgard expansion that we've got on Kickstarter right now. 2 days left, by the way. Like the one of the big things that's awesome about it is the fact that it comes in a large box. And that means you can take the stuff from your original game, put it in that box, put the expansion in that box, and you can throw the other box away and you're good. You don't have yet another box on your shelf. I mean, admittedly, this is a larger box, but I mean, at least then everything's in one place, right? I always hated the fact that all of my Arkham Horror expansions, like you could not keep them all, like as you got more and more, like you needed every single one of those boxes. It was crazy. Um, yeah, I mean, um, I have been trying desperately to come up with like a definitive timeline of like how much of what I want to accomplish by each stage of this summer. And trying to stick through that, knowing full well I'm not going to achieve it, but at least having like some goals, right? Um, like we want to plant a bunch of stuff in our backyard to uh get hey Scott.
Hey,
Um plant a bunch of stuff in our backyard to kind of set it up to have a more welcoming atmosphere in our backyard. Just like, and also to like, there's a lot of birds, and when the dogs are inside, so there's rabbits that come back in our yard and nibble on our grass and eat the bird seed that the birds kick out of the bird feeders, and so just giving them a nice habitat in our backyard. And so that's our plan. We're gonna do that. Try to make our yard a little nicer, for the 3 months out of the year that you can be outside in this area of the world.
call that
So
the porch weather.
yeah.
We call it porch weather here. 2 weeks before summer, 2 weeks before winter. How's it
So
going?
I mean, I won't give you any spoilers, but I saw Mandalorian and Grogu.
I'm gonna go on Friday. I need to get tickets. I get my
So
tickets.
I'll say this. This is not really a spoiler. Um, we walked in, Caleb and I met my dad there, and and we we walked in, and he was waiting for us, and he's like, "Oh, I'll buy the tickets." I was like, "Dad, I already bought them online." It's just like, okay. Well, I'll buy the popcorn and the drinks then. I was like, "Okay, cool, whatever." Um, and but I went and we walked up, and now how they try to upsell you with all like the cool stuff you can get, like, oh, get the cool bucket with the
Yeah,
Grogu face on it or whatever.
right.
They have a memorabilia for the Grogu Mandalorian thing that's just a giant freaking AT-AT
What?
that and it isn't meant, it isn't like a thing that's like, oh, it's like you can put popcorn in it or anything like that. There's nothing like that. And like Mandalorian is like crawling up the side of it, and it's like 80 freaking dollars. And I was just like, what is this? And so Caleb, he was like, "Oh, way to go, spoil the movie for me." He said, because there was
Oh,
like
so
a
there's an ad in the
so
movie?
like so like the Mandalorian crawling at it, and so then I remember when we left, I asked Caleb, I was like, "What'd you think of the movie?" And he's like, "No Mandalorian climbing the side of the AT-AT." 0 out of 10. So he's he just deadpanned as we came out. Um, it is in my opinion about 20 minutes too long. But it's if it was a little shorter, I'd give it a 4 out of 5. Otherwise, it's a 3.5 out of 5. It's a total no stakes
It's about
popcorn movie. Just you know,
yeah.
and it's action filled. It's fun. You get to see Mandalorian be a badass. I mean, it's good stuff. So, I do not regret going to the movie in any way, for whatever that means. Put it on the board.
It's apparently like the lowest grossing Star Wars movie ever. But I mean, how could you live up to that?
I mean, I don't know how you. I mean,
I mean, it's not a Star Wars movie, really. I mean, it's Star Wars universe.
yeah. I mean, man, I don't know what to tell you. I mean, I thought it was.
I
I
don't know.
thought it was
I
good.
I'm sure it'll be fine.
I mean,
I mean, all the seats are available on Friday night, by the way.
well, I mean,
That can
well,
tell you something.
I think what that is more than anything is the fact that we've just reached a point in our lives where, you know, where your home TV and
Yeah,
audio and streaming, it's with, oh, you can sit there and be on your phone, you can play games on your phone while you're watching, you can do whatever you want. It's like we've just reached that point where people are like, why would I go to a movie when I can just sit at home? Why would I go to a movie and spend, $50 on tickets?
$50. I'm looking at $22 tickets right now.
Yeah. Spend $50 on tickets when I could just sit at home and watch whatever I want, eat my food, you know, or order
Pause when
in
I want
whatever I
to.
want to eat.
I can pause when I want to.
Yep, pause when I want to. Don't have to worry about like missing something if I get up to go to the bathroom. I mean, I don't uh yeah, I don't know. I don't know. It's it's fine. Like I said, it's fine. It was enjoyable. I got to go. I mean, it's kind of a ritual, right? For going to a Star Wars movie. My dad brought me to a Star Wars movie when I was 6 years old. At a movie theater that doesn't even exist anymore. That they tore it down. And so and so like when he was like, and my dad was like actively interested in seeing it, which normally he doesn't care. He's like, hey, have you? Because he actually asked, he's like, hey, did you and are you and Caleb going to Mandalorian movie? Because he would come over to the house and watch Mandalorian. He'd watch the seasons with us, because he was digging it. And I was like, yeah. And he was like, oh, well, I gotta go away for Memorial Day weekend, but don't go without me. Wait until Memorial Day weekend's over and we'll go together. He was like, so I was like, that's cool. Go watch go watch Mandalorian with my go watch a Star Wars movie with my dad. And that was nice. I like that. So, um, anyway,
I'm booking it now. 6:30 p.m.
make it
on
happen.
a
Hey,
on a
Jenna.
Friday night. Hey Jenna,
Hey, how are you guys?
how's it going?
Great. I'm glad to see you, Aldi. I just popped in hoping to see you and to tell Lance something.
Hmm.
Yeah, good to
Yeah.
see you.
How
You're
you
gonna
doing?
Sorry I
give
missed
me
you
a
last week.
million dollars and I can retire
Sorry,
I can retire.
sorry I
No.
missed you last week because I we had the BGG Spring Con last week.
How did it go?
Oh, it was great. Good times.
Yeah. Was that a weekend thing or longer than a weekend?
Started on a Thursday day and through Monday, so 5 days: Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday.
Interest.
5 day BGG Spring Con.
And how many cons do you have every year?
Two, two
Two?
in Dallas. Yeah, plus cruises.
Yeah, the Mediterranean
Two cruises a year.
the Mediterranean one looked interesting last year.
Japan is this year or next
Is it
year. Next
this
year.
year or next year? What's this?
Next
What's
year.
this year?
They're going to It's a Caribbean one, but it's on the biggest ship in the world. The new, can't remember the name of it, but like a
Titanic 3.
Icon of the Seas, I think is what it's called. Yeah,
Interesting.
Titanic. Yes.
Interesting. That sounds great.
Yes. But the Japan should be interesting.
Is that going to be a cruise around the Pacific, or is it going to be actually like
It's
more?
Singapore to Japan, I believe.
I love
So you
Singapore.
fly, I mean, I could get the details.
You fly into Singapore, go to
I think
Japan.
so.
Does it bring you back to Sing or?
I think you fly back from Japan. It's like
Okay.
a one way.
Oh, okay, cool.
I think.
My wife is trying to get me to go on cruises,
Have you ever
and
been?
I don't go on cruises because
No.
I don't like being on water I can't see the bottom of.
This is Singapore to Japan. It's
Yeah,
a looks like a 1 week. Starts on
yeah.
the February 25th, 2027, and ends at 3 on March 9th. So you basically
Wow,
fly into Singapore, fly out of Japan.
that sounds cool. What?
Yeah.
Who's the excuse me? Who's the cruise line?
It's Royal.
Okay.
Royal
I'll-
Caribbean.
Royal cheese.
Royale with cheese.
So, Lance,
What's up?
I just binged on the first season of Margot's Got Money Troubles.
Michelle
Oh,
has
my
watched that.
wife was watching that. Yeah.
Yeah, mine too.
It's absolutely not at all what I expected, and yet it's so well done. Um, but I kept thinking that the character that Nick Offerman plays,
Ah, the wrestler.
yeah, he reminds me of you quite a bit.
That's what
Oh, well,
that's what
that's
Michelle
nice.
said too.
Didn't she really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait a minute, time out.
Hey,
Michelle said,
Michelle. So Margot, like the father is Lance, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Is that true? Yeah. The father of Margot, and Margot's got money
Got
or
money troubles.
money troubles, is Lance. She says, yeah, kind of.
"Well, I
You have
wish
to
I had
watch.
Nick Offerman's money."
Now we have
in
to watch
favor.
it.
Yeah.
No, I watched a little bit of it. You
She
know,
says
like
there's many similarities.
Yes, there are very many
he's
similarities.
got a beard and
A beard and
a taciturn.
yes.
A
Yeah,
No, I'm
he,
excited. I want to watch it. Like I was gonna watch it, but haven't had a chance. Been busy.
there's some really funny parts in there, and then other parts, and it's like, why the hell did they label this thing a comedy? This is certainly not a comedy at this point. Yeah.
the
Anyway,
dramedy is what they call those.
yeah, I guess so.
Oh, is it dramedy?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of parts in there.
Is
It's
it is it a one and done season or is it cliffhang?
I
like,
think that they were they're gonna do another one.
Okay.
I remember if I read correctly.
they left it open either way. They left it with a glorious ending, quote unquote, like ending on a high point. But they could do a second season, and they probably should do a second season. I just don't know where they're going to go.
Well, if it made money, you know.
Yeah,
Well, it's on Netflix or something, right?
it's on Apple.
Apple.
Yeah,
That means they made money.
yeah, yeah. Um, Lance, the other thing I wanted to tell you was I did watch The Vast of Night.
Oh, what'd you think?
I halfway through I realized I'd started watching it before in the past, but I only had finished it. It was real. I really enjoyed the movie quite a bit. I thought that for an old person like me, the dialogue was a little quick in the beginning and it didn't catch up with the captions very well. But I both liked and disliked both of the characters by the end of the movie.
There's, I mean,
But
I love the fact that it's basically like a long Twilight Zone episode.
Yeah. Well, and that whole gimmick that they used to film it as a quote unquote TV episode,
Yeah.
so well done.
There, the scene with the older lady
Yeah.
talking about her child, I mean, that's just spooky.
Yeah.
And how gripping is just the conversation
With Ben.
with the guy they're just on the radio and they're just talking to him about the fact of what when he was in the army
Yeah.
and what was going. I mean that is just like one of. I mean I was just like I was like you know, literally nothing is happening and you're just listening to this guy tell a story and I was just like
Yeah, but the thing that makes that work is that the guy telling the story, his voice had the right timbre and
Yes.
he paced it so well that I think
Yeah,
a
no,
lot
I
of
agree. I
people would
agree. I
easily broke
mean,
on that.
it was no, it's really well done. I I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan. And that guy's second movie um looks completely different. And
Hmm,
it comes out later this summer with
really
Matthew McConaughey, and it's some weird movie about a guy that's a beekeeper, and I think, and it's like the many rivals of blank is the name of the and the Matthew McConaughey plays that character, and he's like a beekeeper. It's like,
interesting.
and it's a weird name too. It's like the many rivals of Avram something something, and I think, if I remember right, like Kurt Russell is the bad guy in it. So
Interesting.
yeah,
Tonight,
As Mia King.
Asmia King. There you go. Yes, the
oh,
many rivals
It's
of
on
Asmia
Hulu.
King. It's on Hulu.
It's going to be
is
a
it already
Disney.
is it already out?
It says 2025, but
Yeah, doesn't say
Well, yeah, it went to they were doing a lot of what's the word
pushing
I'm looking for? They were doing a lot of like festivals and whatever, and now that's the one where they're like, oh, okay, we're gonna, make this, we're gonna, be a little more, I don't know what the word I'm looking for here is, but they were looking for a distribution, somebody that was, going to be willing to, you know, go ahead and be a bigger part or whatever. So
so. Tonight I watched. Have you seen Spider Noir?
I've heard of
I-
it, and I'm
that's
excited to see
Nicolas
it.
Cage, right? Is that
Yeah,
out now?
yeah. I just watched the first episode tonight,
Okay.
and the cool thing is that it's set in the 30s. But the cool thing is that you can watch it either in a color format or a black and white format.
Okay.
And
All
so I
right.
chose black and white. And Nicolas Cage, of course, is completely overacting, which means he's playing Nicolas Cage.
Is
Yeah.
is it like The Shadow?
It's sort of like what if Spider-Man looked like the Shadow
Because I like The Shadow,
with a
and I feel like they
hat.
messed up that movie
Yeah, they did. Like
with
with he's
that
got
was
the
with
hat and the goggles, and he's got the long coat and all that. So yeah,
when did that movie? That was
That was Alec Baldwin.
Alec Baldwin with Rocky Horror was in it. Gosh, what's his name? I'm
Tim
drawing a
Curry.
blank on all the names. Tim Curry
Tim
was in
Curry.
it.
I
Yeah,
love Tim
Tim Curry.
Curry.
He was not the enemy, but he was a henchman.
Interesting.
But the movie
You
was
couldn't.
like
You could. I mean, let's be fair. Like, it couldn't have been worse than Billy Zane as the Phantom.
probably not 1994. The Shadow.
The
I
shadow,
just,
but
I,
evil
the
inside.
Shadow
Yeah,
did
and
have
his
that.
nose got big when he put
Yeah.
on the hat. Whatever, like it's so dumb. Like what?
The Shadow did have that one cool scene where that they shoot the gun and the bullets hit each other and they squish together and they fell to the ground. And
Don't remember
they
that.
were just like, oh, this scene's gonna be cool. We got to
Oh, it's
put
gonna be
this
good.
scene, and then that was it.
That's
It was
fabulous.
it was
Tim
kind of
Curry,
like
Ian
that.
McKellen was in it.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's
did
kind of like,
nothing.
remember that Batman movie, not Batman, Superman movie where he was pretty forgettable, but they show that guy and he's got like the machine gun and he's like shooting at Superman. And they show that one bullet in slow motion like hit his eye that's open and it just squishes down and falls down anyway, just
Never saw that.
because
I don't know that one.
because Superman is just every bit of him is
Was that like Man of
bulletproof.
Steel or something?
Yeah, I think it was that one. Yeah. Yeah, but I remember that, and that they were like, "This is going to be the cool scene," and it was a cool scene. It was
Hmm.
really cool, but the rest of the movie wasn't so great. Yeah. So, um,
I like the most recent Superman. That was pretty good. I'm looking
yeah,
forward to
that most
Supergirl.
recent Superman was
Yeah,
amazing.
was that the one with crypto?
Supergirl looks good.
Supergirl looks good, yes, as well. What did you say, Jenna,
Was
about the
that
Superman?
the last Superman? Was that the one with crypto?
Yeah.
Yes.
So the guy who played Lex Luthor in that, we just watched him in The Great. Have you seen this at all?
The Bright?
I don't know that
Great,
one, but
GREH.
that he was basically the most well-known actor in that movie.
Yeah, he plays Peter the Great, and the woman who plays Margot in Margot's Got Money Troubles plays Catherine, and it is one of the most obnoxious fuck ups I've ever watched. Deliberately so. They make this guy look like just a little baby, right? Throwing tantrums all the time, and he like having sex with everybody. There are some very unforgettable lines and characters, and if you can stomach the first two episodes, you might really enjoy it.
Hmm.
It's a miniseries.
Yeah, it's I think
What's
it's
his
like got
name?
3 seasons out or
He
something
was
like
in
that.
he was in Mad Max. Yeah, he was the Chrome Boy.
Yeah, he was.
What was his
Okay.
name? Well, I gotta find it now. I mean, I do
Anyway,
love him.
Peter the Great is so much like the Lex Luthor he played. It's that same kind of flippant, because I'm the emperor. Duh.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
What do you expect?
So, did you get a chance to check
Nicholas
out
Holt.
Resolution or The Endless?
No, I have
Oh,
not.
you let me
I'm trying.
down.
I'm trying to. I'm in the middle of. I'm almost done with like a horror anthology by Stephen Graham Jones. Great little spooky little short stories. Like the anthology is called "When the People Lights Go Out," and that's a really spooky story about talking about we can, from the perspective of the things living that in the sewers or whatever. It's like we can go there when the people lights go out.
Oh, that's a
Just
very cool idea.
yeah.
That's a creepy title. So this is a book, I assume.
It's an anthology.
I mean, you have anthologies of movies, but I mean, this is a
Yeah, it's a
printed
book.
book.
Yes, it's a book. Stephen Graham Jones is a fabulous horror writer. If you like reading horror, he's a fabulous horror writer.
I'm just getting into it. Although one guy I know is a horror writer, and he just got the Pulitzer this year for Angel Down. Dana Kraus.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah.
I'm gonna read his book next. He's gonna be at Gen Con this year too.
You mentioned you like psychological stuff and
I
whatever.
do.
Have you read The Fisherman by John Langan?
You know, that just came across my phone tonight as a recommendation. I was looking up kind of existential horror noir, and that I found this list of 18 essential books to read, and that was one of them.
John Langan is it won the whatever the it won the Bram Stoker Award for
Yes,
best horror
exactly.
novel.
Yeah.
Um it's basically like it's a story of a man um whose wife has died and he's aimless and so he begins being he just starts fishing and then he meets
Mhm.
another man who also is a widower uh and and they hear tell of this if you get enough further in the back, you'll find this creek where you can go fishing, and maybe
Mhm.
you'll catch something that you really need when you go
Right.
there. And then there's a present time type of thing, and then there's a middle story. And the
Ah,
middle story is it's probably just a little bit too long, in my opinion,
yeah.
but it fits in really well, and then you get to read the rest. It's good.
That was the complaint they said was that the middle dragged.
The middle does drag. It's probably um and like that last book I read, The Last Days,
That was
about
another one on the list. Was that a good one?
the weird cult. There are chapters where I'm like, okay, how long are we going to be in this chapter? And like I look and it's like, really? 30 more pages? Really?
Mm,
That's
Okay,
always a
like
sign of a good book, let me tell you.
mm,
I mean, it's like sometimes you feel like, but you can tell it's one of Adam Neville's first like really good novels or big novels because of the fact that he extends stuff out longer than he needed to.
yeah.
And then his later stuff, he realizes how to shorten things up. It's like I've always said, like Stephen King writes great, but he doesn't know how to end a story. Every single book you ever read by him, it's like you get to the end and it's like it's like he's tripping over his own feet.
Also doesn't have any original ideas. He steals from old comic books most of the time.
yeah, there's probably some
I
truth to
should
that.
say, let me say, he pays homage to old comic books most of the time.
Yes.
If it was good enough for Shakespeare, it's good enough for all of us.
So
That reminds me real quick. There's a one panel cartoon I saw that had, the scientists rushing out of a room, and the room's full of monkeys with typewriters. And this other scientist is taking notes, and he has his pages. He goes, "No Shakespeare yet, but here's a 12th copy of Art of the Deal."
Yeah, I have a coffee mug, which no longer works anymore, but it says, there are a million monkeys on a million at a million keyboards, and yet Twitter is nothing like Shakespeare.
Oh, nice.
Nice to see you, William. How you been?
I'm great. I'm great.
It's
Ready
the
for my
hungry, if you will.
ready for my school year to be over.
Wait, you're still going?
Yeah.
My
2 more
son's still
weeks.
going.
The amount of students that care so much about their grades right now is amazing. And the number of parents that have suddenly found my email.
Amazing.
Yeah, it's just
What subject do you teach?
English, 11th and 12th this year.
So have you ever heard of a book called The Fold?
I'm not.
Do you know Peter Klein's the horror writer? Well, I guess he does a lot of stuff. Anyway, there's this book called The Fold, which is basically about a DARPA project that allows you to fold space. It's a really good book, but the main character is like this super genius who just wants to be left alone and have everyone leave him alone. And he basically hides out in Maine as a high school English lit teacher. So I figure you read that, you'd be simpatico with this guy, and you'll realize, hey, I have that eidetic memory as well.
The Fold, huh? I'll have to check it out. What's happening here? So what's new? What's new in the world? Waiting for Matt Paquette because he's got a grievance.
Yeah, he's got a grievance.
I have a grievance.
Oh, go for it.
I got sick at BGG Con.
Saturday
night.
Did you bring hantavirus home?
Well, I'm okay now. I mean, I'm
patient zero.
How could I be patient zero? I got sick at the con.
Look,
I was there.
I don't teach science. All right. It's a better story.
I mean,
if you're patient zero.
Our Saturday night was great. We went to this amazing restaurant and played Zombicide. What's the one with the aliens? The Zombicide with the aliens.
Invader or Invasion, something like that.
And I'm like, wow, we were having so much fun. And I go to bed and I start shivering. I'm like, oh no. I wake up Sunday morning. I'm sick. So I lost a full day.
Oh.
Which sucked. Anyway, that's my grievance. And then Monday morning I got up and I was able to get up and go around and say goodbye to some people, but it basically lost 2 days.
Oh, I'm sorry. I have
2.5 days or 1.5 days.
I got a con grievance too. At the KubaCon, I was wandering the flea market. I had this game for sale for $2. I was like, yeah, who cares? But it's like, oh, mini expansion for this other game that's on my shelf of shame I've never played. I was like, the Dwarves. I was like,
is that game any good? We played it. We didn't like it.
I don't know. Never played it. But I got it super cheap at one point.
But
yeah. It
was no bueno for us.
Intensely random, I think, which whatever.
Yeah, it was.
But so I asked him.
I wanted to love it because I liked that theme.
Yeah. And so I asked him. I was like, everything's in here, yeah? Like, absolutely. You know what wasn't in there? The one thing I bought it for. I was fleeced for $2.
I was fleeced.
I don't know if it'll fix that game.
At the flea market.
I don't know if that missing expansion will fix that.
They're really pelting us with those jokes.
Yeah.
So we raised
felt like I was an Argonaut.
Golden.
$14,000 for the charity.
Wow.
Nice.
Because we sell all of our old board game. We purge every year of like 1,000 games.
Hey, William, I have a question for you.
Mm-hmm.
If I can get another advance copy before Gen Con, would you be interested in looking at my new game?
Sure. I'll be gone for all of June, but after that, absolutely. Only if it's good. If it's good.
No, all my games suck. You know that, right?
Well, not, we just played Murray this weekend at the con also. It was a very, very late, possibly very alcohol fueled evening. And I just remembered this moment when I saw you. I was like, we played Murray. Like,
How was Murray?
it was great. We had a great time. People were like, what an asshole. I was like, there you go.
So the reason you might like this is, do you mind if I talk about this for a minute, you other guys?
Uh, go
Okay,
ahead. The floor is yours, as they
thank you.
say.
Um, you play teenage witches that are working together to break their mother's collective curse on Prince Murray. They turn him into a frog. So it's the
Oh.
same Murray as Murray the Asshole Frog. And depending on whether you defeat them or not, Murray stays in his frog form and becomes the asshole for the Murray the Asshole Frog game, which is sort of a tangent reality.
Yeah, I'm sold. I'm in.
So,
How many players is it for?
it is for 1 to 6.
1 to 6. I can find between 1 and 6 people.
Yeah, it's fully cooperative, and it's meant as a vehicle to get girls into the board game hobby.
I'm sold. I love
Well,
co-op games.
that's easy. Now I just have to live up to my promise, which is mediocrity. So there you
Well, I
go.
mean, you did say it was going to be fun. So
Yeah, but I'm a notorious liar.
you should have started lower, and then we can cover it together and your promise is fulfilled.
Oh my God. Great. Now I have to get the new version out. Thanks. That's more work for me.
That's right.
Yeah. You scratch my back, I'll stab yours.
So I was thinking about old books that I read the other day. Did anybody, this is like, oh man, this is late 90s. Did you ever read the book Armor by John Stakely?
No.
Mm-mm.
It had this wonderful premise of like, it was like a very standard, what's I'm looking for here? Space opera-esque send off the soldiers to fight the alien and and everybody had a suit of power armor. And that was the whole premise behind it. And I was like, that
Ah,
seems
it's a
cool.
clever title.
Yeah, and so it's just called Armor. And they kind of go into like a real deep dive into like, oh, like these guys are like the heavies, and then talk about their armor, and then they talk about like the standard grunts, and they talk about how there's like the scouts, and they have these like their armor, their power armor is dark and black, and it's a complete suit, like it's because you're fighting on an alien land that you can't breathe the air, so like you're completely immersed. It's like Iron Man type armor kind of stuff. But anyway, so the whole premise is this guy goes down and they have no idea what they're up against, and they just get completely wiped out. And like he manages to come back, and he looks, and he's like the only person that survived this wave. And so then, and he's a scout armor, and the scouts are like they're not expected to survive at all, just because their armor is weaker and this, that, and everything. And so, and then the whole premise is that you're given a number, and you before the drop, you go and look if your number was randomly selected and to be sent down. And so like he got sent down with the first wave, and he's the only one that survives, and he comes back, and it's thousands of them. They have these giant drop ships with tens of thousands of people in them. And then the next day his number gets picked again, and so he goes and he does it, and so and his number comes up again, and so he goes, and so the PTSD starts coming in, and he's like, once he was like this really, and the number gets picked again, and it's like, and he just keeps, and he's just, even though it's supposed to be random, he's looking, and there's his number every single time. And there's a lot to it, there's a ton of stuff that goes on, but he's like sitting in like one of these like bar areas of this giant drop, and they brought in more and more recruits, to just throw at this, relentlessly at this planet, trying to take it over. And there's all these people sitting, and then there's, oh, it's like, I've survived 5 drops, and everybody's just like grouped around this guy, just like he's just the best thing in the whole wide world. And um and then normally the guy doesn't care, and he's just like, and finally this guy's just bragging. He's like, you don't know anything. You've only survived because you were lucky. How do you know? And he's like, how many drops you been on? He's like, 37. And they're like, there's no way. And he's like, I was on the very first one and I didn't die. I was the only survivor. And they're like, no, there were no survivors from the first wave. He's like, no, there was one. It was me. And they're like, no, there was no survivors. It's like, what's your name? And then like he gives them their name and they go and they look and they show him like the monument on Earth, the picture of it, and there's his name listed as like one of the people that died in the first wave. And he's just like, and he's now been doing it for like a year. And then he looks and he realizes that the system listed him as dead and they just include his number every single time because they don't know any better. They just assume he's dead, and the system has just been sending him down every single time because it's somebody that, because he just, it blinks on his chest and he's like, you're going, okay, fine, because they're sending all the dead people every single time
Mhm.
because they don't delete them. And so then they realize, oh my God, you have survived like 37 drops, and like he knows more about any how to fight. And then of course, but it's this marvelous moment. And the reason why I thought of that is that you told me about the Angel Down thing, and I read the thing about it, and it's just like, you know five uh five people that have to go in to like euthanize a guy, and like the premise of it is just astounding, and that blinked in my mind. Now I gotta get this book, so I
Yeah.
gotta.
That book sounds similar in many ways to The Forever War. Do you remember that one?
Oh, the Forever War is a great book. I love.
I love that book.
The best thing is he never made sequels to it.
Yeah, he didn't.
Yeah, that's the best part about the. I love the fact that like because of the whole idea that coming back like to Earth and how seeing all the changes that have happened because he's been gone for. Oh,
The
you were gone for
relativistic.
5 years. Okay, so there's some changes. Oh, you were gone 20 years. Some more changes. You were gone 90 years. Have you read Old Man's War?
No, is that good?
That's a really good book. I wish it had been, for lack of a better word, deeper. Uh, so the whole premise is that, like, oh, you got old, and if you want to, you can just go and donate yourself to the government, and and they don't really say what it is. That's like and it's just like if you don't, you're retired, you have no kids, just whatever the whole nine yards, like you don't want to like putter around for the last few years of your life. You can just donate yourself to the government, and there's some bonus that you get, like
Mhm.
you're either like kids get it or something. Like I don't remember the exact premise, but so he's like a widower, and he's like, yeah, sure, what the hell, I'm kind of like I've got nothing going on, I'm old, it's like, my heart's bad. I've only got, so I might as well do this. And I think maybe your family gets like a stipend or something like that.
Hmm.
And the whole thing is that they they take them, and uh they're like, sign all these forms. Okay, you're ours now. And they strip them naked, they throw them in a tube, and they remove his consciousness, his brain, and they slam it into a basically a vat grown cloned human body that is like made for combat. And that's and so then all of a sudden, because and then they're saying, well, old people have the most wisdom, the most intelligence, all these things. The government has come up with a way to take those people that have all this like life existence and knowledge, and put them in these vat grown bodies that are the pinnacle of human perfection. Their skin is even green, so they don't have to eat. They can just get energy from the sun and the chlorophyll, so they don't have to actually consume food or anything like that. And it goes from there, and like, oh, it's like, what would you do if you got a brand new lease on life, and like one of the first things that all of these old people do, like they're like, oh, you're in this group of like 100 old people. And it's like one of the first things they all do after they get their brand new bodies is they all just start banging. They like the first thing they do.
Yeah, my wife used to work at in old folks' homes, and she's like the most awkward conversations were explaining to the children uh, that they need to like provide condoms and stuff because old people in the old folks' homes is like the highest rate of STDs.
Yeah,
Yep.
Like,
yeah. I have one recommendation for you and one question for you, Lance, based on this story now.
Yeah,
Have
yeah,
you
yeah, yeah.
watched Murderbot?
Like the from Futurama,
No,
Murderbot 5000.
no, the series, I think it's on Apple TV called Murderbot.
Oh, I've heard about it. I've never watched it though.
It is wonderful. I cannot say enough good things about it. If anyone's seen it,
I need to see it. I want to see
it's so good. Um, anyway, the second thing is a recommendation for like I don't know if it's quite a novella or not. It's called A Colder War. Have you heard of this? It's an alternate reality where there's global conflict, obviously, the CIA is in it and all this business, but basically, I think in part of it, Saddam Hussein opens a gate for Yog Sothoth and the Russians release Cthulhu or something like that. It's a weird alternate Cold War spy story with Lovecraftian underpinnings. It's by Charles Stross, who did the Laundry series, Atrocity Archives, and all that stuff.
Wow. Well, now that's adding more to my list. The one author that I am annoyed, like he did not write a bunch, is his name's he wrote under the name T, like Ted Klein, but T.E.D. Klein was and he wrote horror and science fiction. And he read one of the best Lovecraft stories that wasn't a Lovecraft. It wasn't written by Lovecraft. It was just it was like the incident at the farm or something like that is what it was called. And it's one of the best Lovecraft stories I've ever read. And I was always like, oh, oh, I just wish that guy had written more. And he's still alive, but I mean, obviously he's done writing. But I mean,
Mhm.
and I always just the whole idea and like and the incident of the farm was basically had a lot to do with the idea of things replacing people and like
Mm.
and just like and you would you recognize somebody that like has replaced that person and like and there's this marvelous line as the author as the narrator of the incident at the farm is like running away from this thing that's trying to kill him and he's saying, I forget to blink a lot. Is that why you knew I wasn't real? You're just like, oh my God, that is so
God.
creepy.
Oh my God.
Yeah, just and just yeah, anyway.
That sounds fascinating. I'm gonna write that one down. Is that a short story?
It's a short story. You can find it in collections, but here, let me look at the events at Poroth Farm, Poroth. The events at Poroth Farm.
Mm,
Uh,
no, I can write that on.
yeah, and it's just a short little. It's like a 25-page story. I was just like, oh my gosh, that is just creepy as hell.
Poroth
Poroth. But
farm.
anyway,
Got it. That's fucking brilliant.
Aldi, you were at a gaming convention. Admittedly, you said you didn't feel well for part of it. Tell us about a couple of games that didn't have anything to do with wordplay that you
Hitster.
played.
Hitster. Have you heard of
Hitster?
That's the
Hitster?
music one.
Yeah, it's the music timeline. Super
So,
fun. We played that for hours.
so you know where I heard about that game? You're gonna say no, because you obviously don't.
I haven't.
I was coming back from Canada,
Yeah.
and the Border Patrol guy wanted to know why we're there. And I said, game convention. He goes, oh, I play board games. What do you play? We're playing Hitster right now.
Hitster.
He kept me at that block for
Wow.
like 10 minutes talking about how much he loved this game. I thought we were buddies. Then he
It's
wanted to
incredibly fun. We played it a bunch.
Yeah.
Well, it's because you didn't pull out a copy of Cosmic Frog and say, we'd like you to have this. Just ignore the drugs that we've hidden in it.
Yeah. Well, I played Cosmic Frog. We played a few years back.
Yeah,
Gen Con, remember when that came out?
yeah, back in the old
That was
days.
fun. We played Hitster. By the way, my game of the show is called Jinxo. Jinxo.
Okay.
It is a what were you thinking game? You know, like where you basically read a question and everybody writes down some answers, and then you compare answers after that fact. If you hit one person, you get 2 points. If you hit any person, you hit 1 point. If you hit no person, you get 0. So you don't want to be unique. You want to be like kind of semi-unique, where you match one other person at the table. That was incredibly fun.
That's
Like
interesting.
we played that, like we were just having a laugh. It was very fun. Also, Vanity. This is all party games because Vanity Plates is awesome. Also, have you heard of this one? Vanity Plates. So you get dealt a roll and a set of letters, and you have to come up with a license plate that matches your roll.
Oh, that's cool.
So if I'm like a ghost hunter and I get the letters, CKW, I have to come up with a word or some kind of thing on my license plate that basically lets other people guess who I am.
Oh,
That was
that's
super
cool.
We played that a ton. It was fun. Super fun. It's tricky though, because like the letters don't ever match what you want, right? And it could be numbers too. It could be letters and numbers. And you're not allowed to use any vowels and no emojis, and you can't write the word of your role in the word that you're trying to get. So you can't write the word ghosts.
No vowels?
No vowels.
Oh,
but there's cheats for vowels, right?
Yeah, like the letter 3 and stuff
The
like
3 is an E, the I is a 1,
that. Okay.
4 is an A, or
Yeah, I know what you mean.
A-E-I-O-U. A V for is U. You basically there's a cheat for every vowel.
Oh, of course there is.
That was super fun. Like I had a lot of fun with that. I didn't play any heavy games, unfortunately. Like I just didn't have the time.
Yeah.
Spooky Tower is really good. You heard this one?
Oh, that's the one that we were playing on
me and you
BGA,
played,
right? Yeah, that's a fun little game.
I think it's best of 2, honestly. I
You
mean,
know
it was
what?
fine.
I played it at 3 on BGA, and I was like, eh.
Yeah, the 2-player was very like strategic, kind of, because it's basically a dice rolling game. You're trying to roll a number to capture ghosts. It's like a little Machikoro. You roll a number, you either capture the building that it's in, or you activate the buildings you have. So it's one or the other. And you're trying to build up ghosts. You want to capture ghosts. The first person to get 5 ghosts wins. And it's super cool for such a simple thing. And the Machikoro was like a lot of take that, which didn't really set well with me. Like I didn't love Machikoro, even though I played it a ton. This is a better one. It's a better Machikoro. I played a lot of Zombicide. I played almost every iteration of Zombicide that exists.
And which was your favorite?
Marvel. Marvel Zombies is my favorite. Marvel Zombies. We played Black Plague. We played the space one or the sci-fi one, which I'm drawing a blank on the name again.
Invader.
We played Dead West, the Western one. What else did we play? But a couple of versions of Black Plague. Yeah, I think Marvel was the best. Super fun. So you play as a zombie in Zombicide, Marvel Zombicide, and the humans are attacking you. So it's basically like roles reversed. And we had the best fun with it. And it really racked our brains of like how to figure out how to win. Like that was really cool. We only played advanced scenarios. We did not play any intro scenarios. We played hard or higher. Medium or hard.
Okay.
And played a bunch of it. Anyway, I think that's about it. I was a little bit sidetracked during the con.
It tracks.
I'll leave it at that.
Yeah. Although from Kubla Khan, he usually plays lots of games with me and Don, but since he's running Kubla Khan, he wasn't around.
Aldo.
Yeah, well, we were in the suite, and so all the games that I was hosting we're all up in this suite, which was real nice, like quiet, lots of space. Until like the last night. So Aldo was like, "Hey, can we should play some poker?" We're like, "Sure, we'll do poker." He's like, "I'll invite a couple friends." Like, "Sure." Next thing we know, there's 35 people in the room,
Wow.
and just like drinking everything in sight. We look like there's people chugging the mixers, and we're like, what the hell is happening? We are all middle-aged here. Like, what is going on?
Yeah.
And finally, I just was chatting with Don, and I was like, I don't think we can play poker in here. Like, what's going on? He's like, no. So I was like, everybody, we're not doing poker in here. Sorry. 20 people got up and left. So 20 people
What?
thought they were going to play poker with one deck of cards. Like, I don't,
Oh,
it was so weird. And then the rest of the night
Hmm.
was, nice, except, there was nothing left to drink or eat.
Uh,
Um, it was so strange. I was like, I guess that's what it was like a high school movie, like the party's happening and it just totally gets out of hand because
yeah.
like apparently that really happens because it happened at KublaCon. But it was great. Great time. Played lots of fun stuff. Just remembered I played Murray, and now I'm like, oh yeah, that was so fun. But yeah, lots of good stuff. I think the best one I played was kind of riffing off you all. I love the Battle for Greyport. That's the Red Dragon Inn deck
Yeah, that's
builder.
a good game. I like that too.
Yeah. So I started running games of it, but I put on the list. It's like when I signed the sign up, it's like you got to know how to play.
Yeah. You don't
Like
want
'cause
to teach.
we're gonna do a hard one, and that's a lot of fun doing that. And the only other kind of quasi fun story, I ran another game that I love called Rise of the Gnomes. It's about micro fantasy races having microbreweries. Um, it's a blast. It's such a fun co-op, and I almost always run that too. And we just had a weird table of people, all very nice people. It didn't work out well. And we get to the very end, and one of the guys, he's like, this really reminds me of this really funny joke from this fantasy novel I once read. He didn't tell us what the fantasy novel was. So we're like, okay. And he starts going on, and he's like, so it was the prince and the princess, and they had this argument about eggshell and off-white. And then, by the end of it, they suddenly have the most amazing palace in the world. And I just like I don't get it.
Hmm.
And he's like, oh, I mean, eggshell and off-white. I was like, oh, off-white, because
Oh,
I thought he said all white. I was, I don't know what that means. Maybe it's a young person thing, but it still doesn't make any sense. There's still no joke. And I took every fiber of my being not to be that guy who was like, yeah, I still don't get it. But like the whole room got quiet, and we all just were sitting there waiting for the joke. Then we had finished the game early, and again, I'm not being mean. I'm not trying to sound mean to this guy. He's a lovely dude.
No, be
And
mean to
he's
him.
like, and then
He's not
he's
here.
like, and then he's like, so this game was scheduled for 3 hours. We have an hour left. So what are we gonna do now?
oh,
And I
like
just
what?
said, there's a room
Twiddle our
downstairs.
thumbs.
Yeah, there's a room downstairs with lots of people looking for games. I think that's where you should probably go. Like,
Right.
it was a vibe of like you've robbed me of an hour of gaming.
Yeah.
He just a drain on the room.
Yeah, it was just a weird moment. And I
Huh.
like earlier on, like he was just taking really long turns. I said, okay, I'm gonna be the guy. We're not doing that. Like you're gonna have to maybe play your turn because we have a hard out at 12:30 or whatever. And then of course at the end we were done. He's like, I've been robbed of gaming. I'm gonna tell him to go to BGG Con next year, Aldi. Don't worry about it.
Okay, send him my way.
Yeah,
You'll probably have a great time. So we
I
probably.
I
so we, we
so
were
can
doing
I
the
go ahead. Go
we
ahead.
did the charity flea market sale, right? Like
Yeah,
so
yeah,
we
yeah.
we purged like 1,000 games out of the library, sell them all
Nice.
for $10 a piece, and we raised I think around $1,400.
That's awesome.
And I grabbed a game that I had always wanted to play, and I never got around to playing it. And my buddy Charlie also grabbed it. We simultaneously both got the same game out of the flea market. We're like, we better play this.
And
And
what's the game?
it's a Donald X Vaccarino game. Can you guess?
Is it wait?
Dominion.
Yes, just no, not
Is it
not
greed?
Dominion. What?
Greed?
Not Greed.
Is
Because
it the Moon Colony Bloodbath?
Nope.
greed is a
No, this is
really
remember.
really good game by him,
Greed
and
is very
nobody's
good.
played
I
it.
agree 100%. I would Greed all day. Not Greed. Any other ideas? This was kind
I
of big
didn't
at the
know.
time.
I didn't know he had any other games
It's
that
a
mattered.
fantasy flight game.
What?
And yeah,
What are you
It
doing there,
definitely comes
Scott?
up
I
top.
thought you were BGGing it up.
that was last week.
God, I can't remember. He made I mean, it's got to be some game that has
Oh,
deck building as part of it.
it was no deck building in this game.
Really?
Nope. Yeah, keep racking your brain.
I don't even
I
know
mean,
what date.
it was kind of a big deal at the time. I bought it 100%, put it on my shelf for many years. Never.
Constantinople?
Nope.
It's not by him. I remember when Fantasy Flight would just do like one token Euro game a year.
Yeah, this is not that. This is not Euro. It was based in the Netrunner universe.
I don't remember it. Yeah, I'm drawing a blank.
Infiltration.
Ah, okay, I remember it now.
You ever
I
played
remember
it?
playing it and not really enjoying it.
That's exactly what happened. We played it and we're like, are we missing something here? You know, we were both. I was rereading the rule book because we read the rules live. You know, we're sitting there reading the rule book, and I'm like, are we missing something? And I go back and look at all the comments of like from 10 years ago or what it was. I'm like, maybe like we're missing something. I kept rereading the rule book, just double checking. I'm like, I don't think we missed any rules. It's really straightforward. And I'm like, man, I don't know. Like, do games just like go over some people's heads, you know, like, or like, you know, every game has a fan, right? So I was like, I don't understand. I didn't understand how it got any kind of popularity, to be honest.
Hmm.
Yeah. It's a little push your luck game. You're basically infiltrating a data center and
Yeah, I remember
stealing
playing it. I remember it just felt
data.
clunky as hell. It just and I remember
Yeah.
it not.
We had almost no fun with it.
Yeah. Oh, which reminds me that I don't know why they're well remind me of
Anyway,
this.
Infiltration was another game I played. I
So
didn't really play
it,
that much. This BGG kind of was a little sidetracked.
so a little while back I got an email from a very nice lady who said that her two sons were trying to earn a merit badge for scouts. Um, and one of the things they had to do was talk to somebody that in like a professional capacity, which I don't know why they reached out to me then. But
Hey,
hey, I got in before somebody else could make the joke. Hi, Matthew. And so it is in a professional capacity like that has to do with like a hobby that they enjoy or something like that. So they both like playing games, and so they had reached out to us, and I was like, yeah, I mean, I said I can't meet you in person, but if you want to do a Zoom meeting, we can do that. And so this morning I talked to Garrett and Parker this morning, and it's like you always wonder how it's going to be like because they have questions that they want to ask you, and then you just answer the questions, whatever. But I was so stunned at how smart the questions were. I mean, a lot of them were pretty basic, like what's your favorite game that you publish? What's your favorite game that you don't publish? Okay, that's fine. And then, like one of them said, "What's the biggest change in the industry or in that you've seen while for as long as you've worked?" And I said the biggest change is the number of games. It used to be that 500 games came out a year, and now 500 games come out at a convention. So I mean, I said that's like, and one of them actually had the thing. It's just like, it's like he actually said, it's like, I want to ask you about that. Does that make it tougher for you as a publisher then? I mean, is that something you wish that board games weren't as popular as they are? Or do
Yes.
you like that? And I
No.
was just like, holy cow, that is like that question from this 14-year-old kid was like, I listened to what you had to say, I thought about what you had to say, and it led to this. I didn't expect it at all. I was like, holy cow, what a great question that was. And I was stunned. I was like, I said that is. I was like, I couldn't have been happier. Like that, well, at least somebody is turning off their screen long enough to like think things through and actually ask a question that makes sense. And but yeah, and two awesome kids. And I told them both to stick with it till they get their eagle. Because I quit when I was at Life
Oh,
Scout because I was too busy with other stuff, and I was like, I don't want to do this. I don't want to earn the like 6 more badges that I need to get Eagle Scout. And to this day, I still wish, man, could have gotten Eagle Scout after like I had to like probably bake a pie and go on a hike or something, and then I could have, and then for the rest of my life I could have said I'm an Eagle Scout, but I was just too busy with all my other stuff that I was doing. So I told them both to stick with it. Anyway, that was an extremely positive thing that I felt. I was like, that was nice. I re- I like that.
Oh,
Yeah.
on that note of joy, I'm going to say goodnight. I have an early day tomorrow.
hi,
So,
Jenna.
ta ta, darlings. Have fun defending the castle.
Jenna, thanks for showing up. Appreciate it. It's always nice to talk to you.
Oh, you're sweet. Thank you so much. Have a lovely day, guys. Bye.
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 Matthew, you have a grievance.
Oh, fuck, do I ever?
Yeah, we've been waiting.
Ooh.
Okay.
Here, hold on. Go.
So I went to the Triumph concert a couple of weeks ago, and it was incredible. It was so, so, so good. I cried for the first hour, uh, from the pure nostalgia and the fact that I've never got to see them as a band when they were together originally. It was just so good. When I was at the gathering, I was talking to do you know Mike's friends, Dave and Di? Mike Giuliano's friends.
Yep,
Anyways,
I
so
do.
Dave and Di were there, and I was mentioning like I'm going to be going to this concert, and Dave's like they live in Albany, and Dave's like they're touring again, really? And he was like super excited. I'm like, oh, cool. And Dave was kind enough. I when I was in Niagara, I'm like, I need to get some bourbon because I ran out. I said, but I don't really know bourbon very well. Dave, can you pick me up a couple of bottles? And he did, and he was very kind, and so I wanted to thank him for that. And so I picked him up a concert shirt, which is in this box right here. And I go to UPS store 2 days ago. I've mailed a ton of stuff to the States, right? I go to the UPS store and I oh, actually no, first I go to Staples and I'm waiting in line and I finally get this thing. There's like two people at the shipping counter and like one person and I finally get in my line, gets to the person, and she looks at the box in my hand. She's like, "Oh, I'm sorry, this is for Amazon returns only. That you have to go in that line over there for shipping." I'm like, "Okay, fine, whatever." So I'm waiting, and I think the person, this young lady, is quite new at this station because she was taking watching paint dry amount of time. Um, and and she was just about to finish with this young couple, and then she says, "Oh, uh, sorry, these people have been waiting," and like seeing how long it took her to do just to wrap up. Like I'm sure she was with this couple for a good 15 minutes before I got there. And it took 5 or 10 minutes after I got there to like, you know what? That's fine. You don't do what you need to do because there was this other person ahead of me that they wanted to take before me. I'm like, you know what? No, it's fine. I'll go to the UPS store. It's just across the street. So I went to the UPS store. I walk in. The guy looks at me. He's like, he sees the address on the box as Albany, New York, and he's like, okay, so and he points to this thing on the counter. It's like this little one of the little stand things and plexiglass stand things with a piece of paper inside. It says, so they've just changed. The United States has just changed the way that they
Oh
accept
no.
packages. They got rid of this thing called ad minimis or something like that.
Yeah, de minimis. Yeah.
De minimis, that's it. And it's like basically means that 80 like we used to mean that $800 or less, if your package was $800 or less in value, you could just send it and without having to do all this extra paperwork. That is no longer a thing. So I'm like, okay, that's no problem. We can like, I've done the commercial invoices before and whatever. I thought that's all kind of all he meant. And then he says, so what they need now is you need to state the social security number of the person you're sending it to. I'm
What?
like, am I being punked? Like, I felt violated for my friend in him asking this.
That's
Like,
incredible. I mean, that's crazy.
it is, isn't it? And I'm like, you can't be serious. He's like, and so I said to him, like, I, I wouldn't even know what that is. And he's like, oh, so you know how in Canada we have a like, no, I know what the social security number is. I just don't know what his social security number is. Like the guy thought
And
I
why
didn't know
would
what his.
you? And who's gonna give that to you?
Yeah,
Well, exactly.
That can't be right because I get
It
stuff
is. I
from
looked it up. It
what?
absolutely is.
USA.
And then
USA.
the guy says to me, and then I says, no, I'm not just kidding. This is my dad speaking. But anyways, and then the guy says to me, so, well, there's one way we can get around this. I'm like, oh, great. What's that? He's like, well, DHL has a deal where they can kind of skirt that, but shipping packages with DHL that way starts at $100. I'm like, I'm not paying $100 to send a friggin' t-shirt. Uh, you know, 3 hour, 3 or 4 hour, maybe a 5 hour drive from my house. Like, no. So, anyways, I was pretty ticked off that this is the situation now. Um, I'm driving back to the office with my package, and I'm like,
Oh, go on.
do I just drive to Ogdensburg and ship it after I cross the border? It's an hour drive. Like literally, I could have done that probably just as easily. But anyways, it's silly, isn't it? Like it's just ridiculous.
It is ridiculous. It's dumb.
And I ended up getting the number from his wife because I'm trying to do this on the down low, so it's like a surprise, right?
And so now you have a bunch of credit cards. Is that the end of the story?
Oh,
Ah.
I have some Bitcoin. I know.
Well, yeah, I
But
mean,
anyways,
I got your credit card number the other day. Man, I thank you for the new stereo system. Should be here tomorrow.
Dang, Lance,
have
you
you
just
guys
dated yourself
seen?
by saying a
I
stereo
know,
system.
I know, I know.
Speaking of stereo systems, have you seen this thing on the make the rounds? It's called Bump Box.
I've heard of
It's
it, yeah.
Yeah, it's this
Dump box.
boom box, ghetto blaster kind of thing, and
Wow, talk about dating yourself.
it looks pretty cool. It's $1,000. Yeah, it doesn't look that cool.
That's
Well, the good news is Lance and I are getting one with your credit card, so thank you.
Yeah, excellent.
Yeah.
He won't go that far. So, anyways, that is my grievance. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think I just made the longest crowdfunding page I've ever made
What game's it for?
for Bloodstone.
oh, when's it go live?
Tuesday.
Oh, cool.
Well, I guess I'm
That's
not getting a
long
preview
Oh,
copy.
Matthew, we definitely have to set up a time for me, you, and Shane to talk at Gen Con.
Oh yeah, sure.
Obviously, we'll find
I'm not going to
uh
Gen Con.
no, I mean
Oh, I'm now going to BTG Con, by the way.
no, I mean it's just I think MP and Co will be doing will help be helping us out with something.
Oh, wonderful.
So
I look forward to it.
he is yeah, I spoke to people with this, you
Is
gotta
it?
pay the
Yeah.
man to be the man. So
Um,
oh, that reminds me, Aldi, I have to talk to you about something after in Alaboom after dark, so
Okay.
yeah, so Aldi, I was talking to Evan last night and he kind of twisted my arm. He caught me with a couple of drinks in me, so I'm like, okay, fine, I'll go. And I ended up booking a flight
Sweet.
with points, which was great.
That's good.
Yeah. And it's funny, like I booked it I was on Air Canada. I'm like booking it with points. I'm like, cool, I can do like I have like 150,000 points. It was only going to cost me 65 grand. And I'm doing the points, and then I go to the final checkout. I'm like, why is it costing me $168? They don't tell you that. They offer like, oh, which seat would you like? And you click the seat, and then you go next flight, you click the seat, and then you go return flight, you click the seat. And then I didn't realize it was like ka-ching, 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 ka-ching every time.
What airline?
Air Canada. Like they don't tell you. They used to tell
All the
you.
add-ons. Yeah, I think
They
that's
used to
true.
tell you, oh, by the way, this is going to be a charge
Yeah.
for this seat.
What are you
American, I
doing
like
up?
American because they basically show you the price like right in
It
front.
is sweat past your bedtime.
Well, I mean, it was updating. I just didn't notice it, I guess. But anyway, so I'm coming in. Evan's coming in on Tuesday and leaving Friday.
Okay.
So that's what I'm doing
You're
too.
coming down Tuesday also?
Yeah. I'll be there
What
at
is-
3.
Awesome.
What con are you talking about?
The BGG con
Didn't that just happen?
in
one
November,
in the
not spring, fall.
There's one in November also.
Yeah.
Well,
So
we're
I'm
gonna have to play
doing,
some pinball.
yeah. And then
Tuesday
the
should be fine, I think. Because Wednesday, when do we go over there? It starts on Thursday?
does it?
Or does it start on No, it starts on Wednesday.
Oh, does it? Okay.
Because it's Wednesday through Sunday. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Yeah, it's 5 days.
Yeah. So
So
I leave
Tuesday-
it. I leave it.
So you get in on Tuesday?
I get it on Tuesday around 3 p.m.
Okay. Hopefully
I
we
leave
get
here at
there.
9. I get there at
House.
3. So
Hopefully we can do that.
yeah,
Hey,
and
since
then
we're all here.
and then on the Wednesday, if you're busy on the Wednesday or whatever, I might hook up with my buddy in Allen.
Yeah, Wednesday is when we actually start setting up.
Yeah.
Like
So
we make our way over to the hotel, the setup day. Thursday is opening day.
yeah. So I might go hook up with my friend Ryan who lives in Allen.
Sure.
He's a big board gamer. I'm gonna try and get him to go this year, but he actually he's really looking forward to Bloodstone.
Yeah, hopefully it's fun. I'm actually looking forward to Lands of Evershade. Have you guys heard about this?
I have
Have you heard about this,
not.
Chad?
It's a good thing you have a house in Texas and can fit it.
Lands, it's not that big actually. My
That's the
box
new
is
one?
small.
So you can get everything. It's
I
a
did
new
not all
Awaken.
in. I got like a lot, but I did not get everything.
Yeah, Mark Dainty said it's a lot of fun.
I mean, I'm like stoked. Like it might be my most exciting, Awaken Realms
Game of the month.
Yeah.
It's his most exciting. He's his most anticipated game of the stream.
Speak.
The
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
most
It's a shame.
electrifying.
It's a shame. Jeff Sandek's not here. I'm playing his prototype right now while we chat.
He let me know he
Oh,
wouldn't
yeah.
be able to, but he's actually got something he wants to spring on us for next Wednesday. Something for to have a nice open discussion as a group or what have you.
Who's that?
Jeff.
Jeff Sidek
Oh, yeah.
of Guerrilla Games.
Never heard of him.
Whatever. He's such a nice guy. He was just like he's like, hey, I don't wanna like infringe upon what you do, but I have this idea for an open discussion thing, and he's got these questions that he wants us all to work and like answer and like to prompt like discussions between everybody. And he's like, I just really appreciate you like treating me as an equal. I've never really considered myself to be like anything important in the board game world, and the fact that like you people treat me like I'm important really means a lot to me. I was like,
Always.
It was really messed up when Lance Follow started. I was like, "What do you mean, you people?"
yeah, no. No, I mean, it's weird because I mean Jeff. I mean, I've known Jeff for so long, and like I said, he's just a sweetheart of a guy. So, you guys want to do initials? So I have
Yeah,
them?
sure.
Yeah, let's do it.
It's funny, Will,
that.
you said, what do you mean you people? I was watching this, I don't know, I just came across this reel the other day. It was these black dudes on his podcast, and they had that clip from Tropic Thunder, and he's like, this is the only blackface I ain't mad at.
Yeah, it's a funny movie, man.
I've never seen it.
I remember being in Vegas the day that I got heat stroke because I walked to the movie theater from my
Ugh.
hotel and to go see The Dark Knight.
At least it was a
And
good movie.
it was a good movie. And then I was early. I was really like, it was like 45 minutes early. So I ended up popping into seeing a bit of Tropic Thunder. And I'm just watching. I'm like, what the hell? Like Tom Cruise and all that. I'm like, what the hell is this?
A relatively unrecognizable Tom Cruise until
Yeah, it
you
was
like.
great.
Yeah.
I love that. I love the line where he's just sitting there and he's on the telecom and he's like he tells the guy, "You there? What do you do? I'm the key grip. I want you to get up. I want you to walk over to the director. I want you to punch him in the face as hard as you can."
Uh-huh.
He just
And
gets up and walks over there, and he's like, "Sorry, man."
that's if unless I'm mistaken, Hader, Bill Hader, the guy who plays Barry, like that's who that actor is,
Yeah,
which is
Oh, was it?
yeah.
mhm.
He's like, "Sorry, man." just just punches him right in the face. All right, the initials are FM. F
And no
FM.
So there's a speaking of FM, there's a band when I went to go see my very first concert when I was 13 years old, it was Rush, the Power Windows tour in
Ooh.
1983, 1986. And I can't add. And there was the opening band was called FM. And it's this Canadian band, and their gimmick was they had this electric violin, electric fiddle player in this. He was called Nash the Slash, and he had this trench coat, and he was dressed. He was like wrapped up like a mummy with sunglasses and a fedora and a trench coat.
I would have booed that band off the stage. I would have yeah, there would not be a world where I would let that guy
I
no.
don't even know what they actually sang.
I I remember one time there was this I had to work security for this huge punk rock concert amalgamation of all these and like the headline band for it was Pennywise, which if you follow punk rock like in the 90s, Pennywise is a big deal. But most of the bands were like maybe they had seven fans. But I remember there was this punk band and they were just called Zeke, Zeke, and there was three guys, bassist, guitarist, drummer, and then he came out and he's looking at the crowd and he just said this really real fast. Where's Zeke? 1, 2, 3, 4. Just like and then they just played 20 minutes of music. Where's Zeke? Goodbye. He just left. And it was just like, oh. And
That's
all
how
their
you do
songs
it.
are like 2 minutes and 12 seconds. Every single one of their songs.
1, 2, 3, 4.
1, 2, 3, 4.
In
Where's Zeke?
Nashville.
Goodbye.
That's like
And-
the Scott Pilgrim Saves the World.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'm sad. So sad.
In Nashville, speaking of the mummy thing wrapped up, there's a band in Nashville. They're called Here Come the Mummies, and when they do like the summer concert tour that plays like in the city downtown for free, so they keep the band members anonymous and they all dress up like mummies because they're all like professional musicians that are under contract, under studio contracts. And so they all get in costume like mummies so they can't be identified for legal reasons. So they can play all together and not disrupt, not rise the attention of any legal. It is
Interesting if true.
it is.
Hey, I have a grievance.
Go for it.
I have a program called Box Shot. It's like a 3D program.
I hate that program
Why do you hate it?
because everybody uploads 3D box shots to Board Game Geek, and we want two-dimensional face on.
Yeah.
You know,
True.
Oh,
Two
So-
You
D-
know, it drives me crazy when people do that too, because it's hard to make my thumbnails, and I know it's all
Yeah.
about me, but you know,
my grievance is when you close the last document on a Mac, when you close the last document that it's of that you have open,
yeah.
it shuts the app down.
That's
Oh,
true.
weird.
I'm not a fan of that.
Yeah, that's weird.
It is weird, isn't it?
That's weird UI. Should never shut your
There's a-
app down.
There's a lot of weird stuff. The one good thing I'll say about this app, well, there's several good things, but the one thing I really like is the owner of the company or the lead developer or whatever his name is, Vitali.
Yeah.
He responds to your emails, and and when you're like, "Hey, I'm having trouble with this," and you like literally like the next day or whatever, he responds.
Oh, because he might be a one-person shop.
Yeah,
No,
for
he's not. It's
Oh.
not. It's a fairly.
box
It's
shop.
not a big organization, but it's not tiny either.
The software I use for like my maps and that I put on the television when we play D&D, it's a one-person design.
What is
shop.
it?
It's called Table Slayer.
Okay, I use Arkenforge.
Yeah, Table Slayer, just this dude, and he wrote the software, and it just you tell it how big your television is, and it auto corrects the map to display on your television.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah,
I love it. Okay, sorry, I am done with my tangents. I apologize.
No, you're fine. I like your tangents.
So
They're interesting to
FM.
me. FM. Here we go. Has won multiple Academy Awards.
Hmm.
Clue number 2. Was once a police officer. Clue number 3. Was once the secretary for a mob-aligned mayor. Number 4. Rented 3 billboards in 2017. Matthew.
Francis McDormand.
You are correct.
Who is that?
Great fucking movie, by the way. 3 Billboards.
Oh, yeah, 3 Billboards
Yeah,
is a great
good,
movie.
pretty good movie.
I don't know who that is.
She was in Fargo.
She was the cop in Fargo, the pregnant cop in Fargo.
Oh, okay. I never knew. Okay,
Married to Joel Cohen.
in the movie.
No,
No.
in real life. They're
Oh,
married.
okay. She was delightful.
I love her as an actress.
But I've never heard her name. So there you go.
Clue number 1. This is a giveaway. Pay attention. These can be found both indoors and outdoors.
Oh, it's okay.
Oh, really? What's that?
Will.
How about
Francis
Middoor?
Francis McDermott. Tell me I'm wrong.
Wrong.
Francis McDermott isn't a person.
It's wrong.
Well, it might be a person. I don't know, but
That might be a
And
person.
it can be found inside and outside.
clue number 2. These are often less regulated than their more common counterparts.
Oh, well, that's
Clue number 3. In Los Angeles, there is one permanently on the corner of 3rd Street and Fairfax. Clue number 4. This often is connected to both animals and plants. Clue number 5. These can be often several city blocks impeding normal traffic. This is the final clue. This is a retail area where fresh
Aldi.
food. Go for it.
Farmer's Market.
nice.
Farmers Market is correct. Well done, Evan. We're through only 2. FM.
FM.
FM are the initials. And just so you know, we've had Francis McDormand and Farmers Market answered already. So don't guess either of those.
Or do.
Or do
Or
and
do.
and fail. Item number 3. This deals with codes. Number 2. There was a famous but fictional one that was on TV in the early 1990s. Number 3. They sometimes carry a weapon.
Matt,
Go for it.
Fire Marshal.
Fire Marshal is correct. Well done, Matthew. Well done. I always hated that character, that bit.
Yeah, I hate him too.
That was not a bit. He is
Never found him funny.
have you seen any recent interviews with that guy? He's insane. He's like he's completely whatever weird drugs that he did, he's completely moved on. Like he says, I'm not a person. Like, it's like the thing that this collection of atoms isn't anything. It doesn't exist. He's
I don't
just
know if he's insane or if he just got very introspective after being very like a highly, like when you reach that level of celebrity, I think it makes you like detach from certain aspects of what being a celebrity means. It makes you
I like
detach from yourself.
my idea better, that he's off his rocker.
Evan, is that why you are like you are?
I reached way too high a level of celebrity.
Item number 4, clue number 1.
Love
This
it.
term is originating from the 19th century. Clue number 2, clue number 2. Uncommonly, the first word is sometimes changed to world. Clue number 3. Appeared prominently in a 2003 Christopher Guest film. Love me some Christopher Guest movies. Fabulous actor.
2003?
2003. Number 4. Was featured in Oh Brother, Where Art Thou?
I love that movie.
Great movie.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite. Dumber than a bag of hammers.
I'm a dapper damn man.
Are you?
I don't want Bob.
Isn't this a geographical oddity? It's 15 miles from everything.
Did I stop me if I have told this story about it, but apparently, because the Coen brothers are supposedly you got to be word perfect in their scripts, like to the point where like and Big Lebowski, like he's like, yeah, I couldn't even smoke pot because every is scripted. And they went to Clooney and like, why aren't you saying the lines we wrote? Because he wasn't. There all these cuss words were in there, and he was taking them out because his uncle is from that region of Kentucky where he's supposed to be from, and so he sent the script to his uncle and said, "Hey, would you just record this for me so I can get the accent?" Well, his uncle is a God-fearing man and didn't want to say any of the bad words, so he just changed them, and Clooney didn't realize it, and that's why he says what he says.
And they kept it.
Yeah, they kept it. It was great.
Nice.
Could you imagine him actually swearing in that?
No.
Yeah, like he wouldn't say "goddamn" or anything like that.
I have no job. Well, you
No
thought
name.
that perhaps you having no name is the reason why you have. Anyway,
I'm a dapper damn man.
Corner 5. Stay out of the Woolworth. Usually span several generations and are performed by custom with no copyright. Final clue. This is a genre that contrasts with commercial and classical.
Matt,
go for it.
Folk music?
Folk music is correct.
It's called world music. I never heard that.
I mean, it's amazing what you find out when you Google stuff.
I've heard the term world music, but it's usually used in a different context.
Yeah, it's used like you know.
Clue number one has a connection to the 2017 movie Guardians of the Galaxy Dose, or 2, if you will. Clue number 2. In a 2014 book, it was revealed that humming the theme to Chariots of Fire was a cue for a need for cocaine.
What?
Clue number 3 has a connection to the 1994 movie Forrest Gump. Clue number 4 has a connection to Bill Clinton's first presidential election.
Chad,
Go for it.
Fleetwood Mac.
Fleetwood Mac is correct. Don't stop thinking about tomorrow. Yes, the tell-all book about Fleetwood Mac. If you that was the cue to, like, you know, it was like that's what you did if you said you needed more cocaine.
Hyena.
Clue number 1. Well, it is not. Well, it has not been absolutely confirmed. Most people agree this term was first ever coined in 2003.
Will.
Go for it.
Fuck me.
Wrong. Clue number 2. This is connected to a Fox show created by Howie Mandel that debuted in 2011. Remember Howie Mandel?
I do.
He's
He's
still
still
on that
around.
America's Got Talent.
So funny he's in America's Got Talent, and it's Howie Mandel.
He was the voice of Gizmo.
Yep.
Clue number 3. Often used as art or entertainment. Clue number 4. This is controversially connected to crime, especially with young people.
Ooh.
Clue number 5. This involves a sudden assembly.
Chad,
Go for it.
Flash Mob.
Flash mob is correct as well. Well done, Chad.
Yeah.
Well, good job, Chadrick. Evan,
Yeah.
just checking to see if you're a microphone.
Yep.
Clue number 1. This is connected to Chicago. Clue number 2. This was first seen in 1989.
Evan.
Go for it.
Family Matters.
Well done,
What?
Elvin Halbear. Hey, look at
Indeed.
me. I gave you a little bit of crap, and there you are.
Turned it on.
I just wait for you to throw it my way so I can.
I did not realize this, but it was a spin-off from Perfect Strangers.
Yeah,
Oh, I didn't know that.
yeah,
I
because
didn't know that either.
the cop he was like the mall dude, right?
Yeah.
Oh, Carl was in Family Matters?
Yeah.
Not
Carl
just in
was
Die
in-
Hard either.
Yeah.
It's Pal.
Appleton.
All right.
Letty
Clue
Appleton.
number 1 was mentioned in Kurt Cobain's suicide note. And if that isn't one of the most grim clues I've ever,
Pretty grim.
that's pretty grim. Clue number 2. Connected to Sour Milk Sea. Clue number 3. Connected to Zanzibar. Clue number 4 was featured in a 2018 film.
Evan.
Go for it.
Freddie Mercury.
Freddie Mercury is correct. Evan, charging ahead. Clue number 1. Connected to a minor controversy involving a flag. Clue number 2. Originally connected to Clint Eastwood in 2003, but that version fell through. Clue number 3. Was first seen in 2018.
Yeah.
Clue number 4. Connected to Project Gemini.
Project Gemini. Oops.
Clue number 5. This starred Ryan Gosling. Final clue. Damien Chazelle directed this biographical drama about Neil Armstrong.
Aldi.
Aldi.
First Man.
First Man.
Never
I
saw
had
it.
that from the get-go. I don't know why I missed it.
This one, Aldi.
Yeah, there you go. Well done.
Have you guys seen Project Hail Mary?
Yes.
Yeah.
No.
Book's better. But
So
Oh, yes.
good.
I have seen it.
So good. I actually watched it again the other day.
that was that movie First Man that like came out. It was really good, and like nobody watched it.
I didn't see it.
Never saw it.
I never heard of it.
I'm really. Let's not gloss over the fact that Matt had barely finished his statement before Lance was like, "Book is better." I mean, it was just like instant. I think
I
we need to
listened to the
acknowledge
book
that.
before I watched the movie. I'd give them pretty close, actually.
I thought there
I
was
hear the-
something different with the ending.
I hear the audiobook's really good.
The audiobook's quite good. The I love the narrator. He's so good. Oh, speaking of audiobooks, if anybody's listening to Book 8 of Dungeon Crawler Carl, there is a post-credits scene.
Yep,
I'm on
I
7.
listened to it.
I'm on 7.
All right. Clue number 1.
Don't they all have post-credit scenes?
Pardon?
Don't they all have post-credit?
I don't know. I had now I have to go back and listen.
Yeah, they all have
Well,
epilogues.
Well, if you get them like on Audible,
Epilogues, yes, but this is not an epilogue.
Oh, it's
Oh,
not
if
an
you if you look at them like on Audible, it actually says secret scene. If you look at the chapters,
Oh,
like
okay.
it's actually there, and you can
Oh,
just
really?
jump to
That's
it.
not
It's funny because
secret?
I was working and I was listening to it while I was working, and I just didn't get to my phone to hit stop in time, and the credits came and went, and then all of a sudden the
The thing happens.
the thing happens. I'm like, what is this? Huh?
Keith said it was his least favorite book.
I have to say the first half of it
It was rough.
it wasn't rough. It was just I wasn't as engaged as I was in other books.
I put it in the middle. I stick it in the middle. I think. I mean, because some of the thing is, I think some of them are just so good.
Yeah.
You know,
Butcher's Masquerade is my favorite.
Butcher's
far.
Masquerade
I'm
is
only on
good.
6. I've only finished 6.
If you haven't watched it, watch the Matt Dinneman and Jeff Hayes do a tier ranking system of the voices for all the different characters. It's
Yeah,
fun.
I've heard. I haven't seen it. My favorite thing is I don't know if it's true, but supposedly Denman was like, "Oh, I've absolutely killed characters because I didn't like the voice that Hayes
Yeah,
picked."
yeah, yeah.
Sorry, we're ruining Lance's game. Sorry,
Okay,
Lance.
No, you're
Anyway,
fine. You're
let's focus.
fine. I'm
Let's
just
focus.
listening.
You need to listen to these books. That's what you need to do.
have you listened to any of them, Lance?
No, I read. I
Well,
don't
then you
listen.
should read them.
I think it's called reading when you listen to a book too.
You shut your filthy mouth, Aldi.
Isn't it? Isn't it reading? Does it
So,
count?
what I'll say is this, because I know what I'm going to say is controversial. But what I'll say is this, that I think that I believe you can consume books by listening to them. And there's nothing wrong with that whatsoever. And I would never pretend to say that, I would never pretend to say that, that isn't reading the book. But no, and there's nothing wrong with it. My wife listens to audiobooks all the time, and she, and she has read so many books, and she's told me about so many of them, and like I'm super glad that she gets to experience them that way. And but for me, I can't listen to it. It's like I get like, it's for me, like when I'm reading a book, that's all I'm doing. If I've got an audiobook going, like I will start like looking around like, oh, what's that over there? Or what's that over there? Or what's that over there? And all of a sudden, you know, 15 minutes have gone by and I have no idea what's going on with the story at this point.
I'm on my fourth time through He Who Fights with Monsters.
Oh, I just finished the number 12 recently. It's pretty good. It's no Carl, but it's pretty good.
I don't know. I like it better than DCC, to be honest.
You're so wrong. It's all right. To Lance was saying, I completely agree. It's a perfectly valid way to consume books. I only complain for you like I read the book. No, you didn't read the book. It's a different thing. Because like I think about like my students, and I've had to start literally. I give up half an hour of my class time every week. Like, no, sit down and read. That's it. That's all you got to do. You get points. Just because they can't do it. Like they don't have the stamina to read for more than like, a scroll of the thing. And that's,
Yeah.
that's kind of the world's fault, not necessarily their fault. But they can listen to a book. Like if I play the audiobook for them, which I do sometimes, like they have no problem doing that. It's just a different beast.
I saw a meme recently. There was a student at a teacher's desk saying, "Sir, can I do something about my final grade?" And the guy says, "It's May." He's like, and then she says, "Sorry, may I do something about my final grade?"
10 out of 10 for that one. Yeah, I just had a kid today. Well, many kids. They're just like, but like I'm so close. If I don't pass this class, I won't graduate. And I'm like, I told you that back in January. So but man, it really makes, I feel bad like with one of them, and she's probably not going to graduate.
Really?
And she worked really hard the last week and a half and
Right.
pulled and
Wait
and
Yeah,
for
and,
it.
and pulled her
so what's
and
the
she
rest of the year look like? Is it like never showing up or what?
not doing the work,
Just not doing
Yeah.
any
just
work?
not turning stuff in. So I can't even give you points because you haven't turned anything in. So she worked really hard, but like, and I take late work the entire semester. Like after like 10 days, it's worth 50%. But you can recover from half a semester of
Yeah, for
50%.
sure. You gotta
You
Right.
can't you can't recover from half a semester of
you can't let
zeros.
it go. Yeah.
Right.
That
Yeah,
was
and
my
it
Do
grade
they know
13. My
do they know
yeah.
they're in that position though at near the end?
Oh yeah, of course they do. It's just they think because maybe some teachers do that they'll be
Sweet
like, well,
talk. Yeah.
it's just a few percent, and and it's going to be a hard conversation when she comes in tomorrow because tomorrow's senior F day. Like that's actually what it's called in the calendar.
Yeah.
It's when we have to report what seniors have Fs so they can call home and say, don't come to graduation because they won't
Yeah.
be there.
Right.
And so she's going to come in and be like, what can I do? And I'll be like, nothing. And I'm going to feel bad about it,
Right.
but I
yeah.
shouldn't.
I would
I
never
shouldn't
be
Right.
able
feel
to do
bad
that
about it.
job. I would
When I
never be
was in
able to do
grade
that job.
13, I had a half day schedule, and that was like the nail in the coffin for me because I was dating a girl that lived in Quebec and she went to the college in the Cégep
Oh,
and
Quebecois.
just in over like across the river. So I would finish my classes in the morning and drive across the way to go see her and all my other buddies that went to that school. And yeah, I
What
did not do
this?
well grade 13.
What? That's cool. You have 13 grades.
We don't anymore. I was the last year that we had grade 13.
So you ruined it for
Yeah.
everyone.
Yeah.
All right, FM.
FM.
I didn't even get this.
Clue number 1. Died at the tender age of 41 years old.
Freddie
Clue number
Mercury.
2. Was Portuguese. Clue number 3. Connected to a strait. Clue number 4. Had a connection to the Pacific Ocean until the 18th century.
Man, that first clue is really confusing me on this one.
Clue number 5. Was the first to circumnavigate the Earth.
Will,
Go for it.
Ferdinand Magellan.
Ferdinand.
Couldn't remember the last name. I knew
Magellan.
Ferdinand.
Yeah, I couldn't get there
I
fast
couldn't
enough.
remember the first name.
Oh,
Federico
I
Ferdinand.
knew it was Ferdinand. Yeah.
And he didn't live to his expedition made it, but he didn't.
Yeah, yeah. They mutinied. They left him on a little boat.
No,
think.
no, no,
I'll be
no,
right
no.
back.
He was killed by when he tried to convert the people to Christianity. They killed him.
Oh, then I wonder who I'm thinking of. Because
It was,
another one of
Amerigo
them.
Vespucci, yeah.
Don't think so. But
Uh,
don't let Anthony hear you do that.
There's a board
accent.
game called Magellan
yeah.
by Tom Lehman.
He lives just up the street.
Clue number 1.
Pretty good game.
This is the name of an 80s band that featured Kurt Cobain. When I got that clue about that had the Kurt Cobain thing, and then
Yeah, you had
I was
to.
like, and then and I was like, holy cow, look at that, it's perfect. Clue number 2. This is sometimes collected.
What was the first clue?
He said what he
This
said.
is the name of an 80s band featuring Kurt Cobain.
Wait, you repeated the clue for
Yeah, who are you and what have you
that?
done with Lance?
Well, I might employ Matthew. My company might employ Matthew.
I went like
it's a
this.
special
I'll be
treatment.
right back. And you
Special
guys just
treatment.
started without me.
I've got to butter his buns. You know, any discount.
What was the
I
second
can
clue?
get. I said what I said.
Matt, could you ask what the second clue was for us, Matt?
What was the second clue?
Second clue, Matthew, was this is sometimes collected.
That's just for me, by the way.
Yeah. Clue number 3. This is commonly evacuated.
In my bowels, but I don't think that's
Yeah,
right.
that's exactly what I was
Clue
thinking.
number 4. This is sometimes evidence. Clue number 5. This is waste.
Evan.
Evan.
Fecal matter.
Fecal matter is correct. Well done, Evan.
That's
Well done.
Right connected to my bowels.
It was.
yeah, I know you were right. You weren't that far off.
And you set it up, and I was like, why isn't anybody taking this one? But
It was
anyway.
all percolating.
Oh, yes, that percolating fecal matter Evan's got going.
Yeah, man, you can
Okay.
strain anything.
Enough with the fecal matter. No more fecal matter talk.
Clue number 1. Appeared in the movie The Usual Suspects.
Kaiser Soze.
Exactly what I was going to say, Aldi.
I love that
Clue
movie.
number 2. Appeared in the movie Jerry Maguire. Clue number 3. Connected to the phrase "You're fired" in a 1989 movie. Clue number 4. This is connected to a prank on NBC's The Office featuring future Dwight.
Chad,
Go for
Jesus,
it.
I love that
fax
scene.
machine.
Fax machine is
Oh.
correct. And FAX machine, what does the fax stand for? That's right, it stands for facsimile.
Oh yes, facsimile.
No, facsimile. My number one, like, there was a thing that we had to do when I worked at US Bank. One of the things you have to do is you, like, the team I was
Nice.
on, occasionally you'd be told you need to handle all the like, one day a week it was your job to do the 24-hour fax requests. Basically, you put in a request to, could you fax me that? And like we tell people 2 to 5 business days. But if you had a certain level of account, you could request it to be done for free
Oh yeah.
within 24 hours. And so you'd come in, and if it was your day, and we had this fax machine that was one of the slowest moving things of all time. And after you faxed like 3 things, the memory was full.
Yep.
And you had to like purge it and get rid of everything. And like, oh my God. And the thing is
God.
too, when you print it off, it usually be like, oh, I need all of my statements from 2018. And you're like, okay. And you print all these off, and you have to go to every single one, and you'd have to there was these special markers, so they couldn't by any chance get it. You'd have to get rid of the account number except for like the last 2 numbers. And the account number on the statements would show up in like 7 different places. So you're sitting there, squeak, 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 just hours of doing this. I hated it. And people loved it because they're like, oh, I can go over there and I can do nothing. Like, basically, that's my whole shift for 8 hours. I was like, I would rather talk to people. I would rather have somebody call me up and tell me I'm a piece of crap because they got a late fee than sit there in this cubicle with this weird marker for 8 hours. Anyway.
Lance, I'll call you up and tell you that anytime you want. You just send me a message and I got
Okay.
you.
I got you. Clue number 1, 2 left. There's 2 left. 2 items left in FM.
Is
We
that a
got
clue?
Matt.
You just said clue number 1, 2 left. Is that a clue?
Yeah, no, that isn't. Evan with 3, Matt with 3, Chad with 3, Aldi with 2, Will with 1. It is literally anybody's game.
Anyone's
at this
game.
point. Anyone's
Probably
game.
not me, but at least I'm on the board.
You could run the table and you tie for the win. And then Aldi would be sad because he wouldn't win. He was stuck at 2. Clue number 1. Connected to Brandy in 2002. Clue number 2. Connected to insanity, magic, and insomnia.
Evan. Face mask.
You took
How
a
is
swing.
face mask connected to brandy? Come on.
You
Come
took
on,
a swing.
son.
You took a swing, which I appreciate.
Took a swing,
But
took a swing.
you are now out for the penultimate. Clue number 3. This is a phase.
Aldi.
Scott Alden.
Full moon.
Full moon is correct.
Nice.
Will, you are out. You are out.
Sorry, Will.
Aldi is now tied.
It's unbelievable, Evan. Had you not
With
said face mask, Aldi wouldn't have gotten it.
No.
Evan, Matt, Chad, Aldi, all with 3.
What does that have to do with brandy?
With 1 remaining. She had a
Imagine
song.
if Lance gets this one. That'd be fucking.
Yeah, she had a song, and it was called Full Moon. It's just whatever. Nobody's gonna get it. It's like one of
Isn't
those
that
B-sides.
Moesha.
We have 1 left.
So
It
many.
just got to Canada.
1 left.
What's that?
Four-way tie. Will can play spoiler and make everybody a winner. That is one big glass of vodka you're drinking there, Will.
No, no. Well, that's how the week's going. It would be
He just took a pee and he's really well hydrated.
Oh my gosh.
just a little water.
Will, don't forget the bourbon for Gen Con.
Well, actually, I was just at the distillery. I'm a member at one of the co-owners loves the board game distilled. He just gave me a bottle of their most expensive stuff to take to Dave Beck at Gen Con. So if you want to
Fancy.
walk over there with me when I give it to him,
It'll
So we
go
can try-
well with I gave Dave an engraved whiskey glass set, which has like Baverson and distilled on the other side of it. All the
wow,
glasses.
you haven't given me a Hungry Gamer set. Wow.
We bought
Wait,
two
what
bottles
What
of
have
Red
you
Bull.
done for
You'll do
me
that.
lately?
See, Lance gets it.
Yep. Here we go. Final one. Everybody, fingers on your buzzers. Clue number one. Connected to WrestleMania 24.
Jesus, come
Oh,
on.
yeah,
Evan.
that one. Oh, that one.
Evan for the win.
Face mask.
And now you gotta hope Will gets it right, so you tie for the win.
You see, now I want to get it wrong just for
Just to rub it in.
yep,
Clue number
like
two.
that fecal matter.
Connected to money. Clue number three is often seen near ropes. Clue number four was seen on Dancing with the Stars. Number five is often called Pretty Boy
Aldi.
for the win.
Floyd Mayweather.
Aldi wins.
Oh,
I am.
Woo!
I
Floyd Money Mayweather.
I guess I don't know when that WrestleMania was.
yeah, me neither. Never.
I thought that was like way long ago.
24, that's 12 years ago.
Oh, is that all?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean,
I,
isn't Floyd like 90 years old? Like
So
There
he's
you
old.
go. What a win.
can I show you?
Whew.
Can I show you
Hold on.
guys the logo concepts for S'il vous plaît?
Yeah.
Only
Lay
if
it
you
on
say
us.
please.
yeah.
Well, come on, that's a 10 out of 10, y'all.
It is. It's a 10 out of 10.
10 entre 10.
Lance, I asked for permission to
I
share.
said allow.
Okay, well, sorry. Jesus.
I mean, I'm sorry, Matthew. I'll try
I'm
to-
sorry, Monsieur Paquet. We would like you to work for us. Do what you wish.
Right.
What is this game? Tell us about it so we know.
So
we
this
like
is
it.
That's
a,
cool.
a convention we're having in Ottawa.
Nice.
We're me and
Did
Mandy
you find a
and couple other
website to host the ticketing?
we haven't decided yet.
Okay.
Multi-language support would be really helpful though.
I know. It's just a tough problem.
I
Can
know.
you
Oh, no,
scroll-
I trust me. I get it. I completely get it.
Yeah, scroll down a little bit.
Yeah,
can see
hold
the
on.
bottom
We're
one.
getting there. So yeah, here's the first few.
Those are great. I like the D20.
I love this version here.
I like
This
I like
guy.
the pun. Yeah, that's the best one, I think.
Yeah.
Either that
you
one.
know-
This one I like too.
Either one.
Yeah.
I
But I
actually
like the D20 better.
I like that one at the top actually. Top middle. It's very clean. I like it.
This one
Subtle.
here.
No.
With the grid?
Oh, this
No, the top
guy.
middle. Yeah, I
The
dig that
D20?
one. No, not the D20, because
It's
like
good.
Oh,
I
top
like
minute.
it. I like
Yeah.
it, but I like the fact that there's a little bit more board game stuff here with the cards.
Yeah, I'm okay with that one. You know which ones I really don't like? The ones at the bottom.
These
Yeah, the
guys,
box. Yeah, no,
I'm
they
not a big
just
fan of this one. I don't
just
mind
burn
this
them.
one. I don't mind that one.
Nah, burn it.
But it's too complicated. It's too
Yeah.
much. I think for sure. I like the simplicity of this one, Will. I do. I really do. I might even say this one without the extra little
Circle.
circle thing here.
I could see that. My only thought on the D20 one, it's just because that strikes me as so role-playing game.
True.
It makes me think, oh, it's an RPG thing. That's all. That's my only reason for
We
backing off
could
that.
we could use the background. We could make it a dynamic logo and have different background shapes. So one
That's
would be a
cool.
D20 for the RPG stuff. This would be like just for regular one or whatever. Yeah, I think this is my favorite for sure.
And then for all the trash people, you can use one of the bottom ones. Yeah. It's
Cool.
amazing how visceral a bad reaction I had to those bottom ones. Like seriously, that second I was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
But the other's
Uh,
really nice. I like the others.
Snow did these. Snow also did the game night logo for Aldi.
Yep.
Yeah.
We got new shirts.
Yeah.
Ooh, fancy.
Just change the color scheme a little bit. Same logo.
Cool.
Matt, I wore your Be Creative shirt at the con this weekend.
I'm wearing my
Be
Luthier
creative.
shirt right now.
Oh, I gotta find
And
mine.
they said you should probably take your shirt's advice.
Hey,
Ooh.
BGCon 2024.
Yeah.
I never bought a BGG Con shirt.
You
I
should.
should.
So
I
Me
really
neither.
should.
I'm just gonna go up to visit Evan and take his.
There you
Whoa.
go. It's the same thing.
Yeah.
I saw the one for this year when we went to go pick up Christoph for dinner. He was wearing his spring shirt. I thought that.
yeah, they came out good.
Yeah.
Royal blue.
How was the Spring Con, Aldi?
It was great. The
Good.
parts
That looked
that I
awesome.
attended.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
Thanks.
I didn't
I
believe
got-
that delivery, Matt. I don't think you were
It
sorry.
was it was a rough con.
Yeah,
The,
I know shit.
The beginning was rough and the end was rough because I got sick.
Oh, you did? Oh
Yep.
man.
I got like some kind of bug here.
That
I'm still
bites.
kind of feeling it, but I'm mostly okay.
Yeah.
I basically missed the last 2 days. I was staying in my room all of Sunday, and then
Sucks.
got up and left on Monday.
Oh, dude, that sucks. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I got to meet the vendors though. I got to talk to the vendors and stuff.
Yeah.
How was
There's-
the vending hall, did they say?
Say what?
Did they tell you how the vending hall went for them or anything along those lines?
I mean, some people did great.
Yeah, was it the one dude? The House Rules guy said they couldn't keep
Couldn't
Colony
couldn't keep-
Bloodbath in stock.
They sold
Yeah,
like
that game's fun.
70 copies of Moon Colony or something.
Yeah.
Is that your
That's
brother's
fun.
game? Will? Moon Colony?
No,
No.
no.
It's Vaccarino's
It's
game.
No, it's
Vaccarino,
Vaccarino.
Yeah, Steve's is a Lunar Rush.
Luna. See, I'm sorry. Both of them are Moon games.
Yeah,
It's
like
basically the
something-
same, you know.
It's like a
So-
little. It's pretty fun. Like you're basically trying to just stay alive as long as you can.
Mhm.
But you're
Yes.
gonna die.
You're gonna die.
Yeah.
Although we played, and
almost-
one person did not die.
Really?
Yeah, I was like, "Are you sure you're?"
Oh, is that
You
the
sure
one
you
with
did
all
that
the
right?
little guys and you have to like?
Yeah.
Oh, I've played this before. Yeah.
I've
like it.
almost
Yeah,
made
like
it
you're like,
solo.
"Oh, you lose 10 citizens," or you
I think I played with you, Aldi.
killer robots. You lose 5 citizens. Oh, did we
Yeah.
play?
Yeah, we might have.
might have.
Yeah, I have a client at a convention right now, and I wanted to send an email to them, and it was I wanted to address something that I think it wasn't a positive email,
Mm.
and I'm like, I'll wait till they're done. I don't want to
Yeah.
ruin their show. It's
Yeah.
it's really it can wait.
Like, is it like an American negative or is this Canadian negative? Because if it's Canadian negative, you could have just sent it. It'd been fine.
What's the difference?
Well, one of them you're sorry, and the other one you tell them they get
Sorry.
You're sorry.
Sorry and
Sorry.
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 Being Canadian means you're always sorry, isn't it?
Yeah.
Was it?
Because and you don't know what you're sorry about.
Ah,
I saw a thing, a billboard that said,
see, that's what you say. You say the O's weird.
Canada's gonna invade the US and then you'll all be sorry.
That's funny.
Yeah.
That's actually really
Too soon, Matthew. Too soon.
So I got in a copy of Frontier Scum in this week, and this is the most unusual book layout, or the book, the graphic, or the way they made this book is the most odd thing ever. So it was it initially was a zine, and they've made a deluxe version. But so here's the cover, which is just cardboard. It's just printed on cardboard, right?
Yeah.
You can see literally that they put
Oh
no,
wow! Holy cow!
this
So
is
is
a
that-
spine. It's an exposed spine. Look, that's his spine. It's like it's
Oh, I've seen some books like that. Yeah, like some really weird.
How's that held
Like-
together?
it's like I don't. You can see the glue here,
Yeah.
and you can see some of the binding string there.
Huh.
But it's
What do you
just
think
like
the run was?
I don't know. This is, but if you go to buy this copy, it's $50.
Yeah, there's
Not a
no way I'm
small
spending
number.
$50 on that.
That's not a small number.
The game
Um,
itself is delightful, but I'm like,
That reminds me of some of the books that
no, because
Exalted Funeral. If you ever go to a convention that Exalted Funeral has a booth, which you should, because Exalted Funeral has awesome RPG books. But that was one I like how like William is just texting off in the corner here by himself.
Yeah.
And his camera.
No,
busted
no,
in.
like I picked up some weird book from Exalted Funeral. And Exalted Funeral, one of the best things about it is they know how heavy books are, and if you go on the last day of the con, like every single book is half off.
Mm,
So you can really clean up on the last day.
I'm just curious though. It's like that's a crazy design. I mean, I like the graphics in the book, the actual art in the book, and the layout. It's kind of a Merc Borgish layout and how they've done it. Take it or leave it, however you feel about that. But just the physical, the artifact part of this
You
is
know,
like,
I am
what is going on?
it's so weird that of the Borg stuff, the Mork Borg stuff and all the Borg things,
Mhm.
Pirate Borg is actually a game. Like everybody's like, oh yeah, Mork Borg or whatever, and it's just like, but if you read the rules, it doesn't even feel like you're playing. Like it wouldn't feel like you're actually playing an RPG if you read the Mork Borg rules, and it's just I don't know what it is.
Yeah, I've played it a
understand.
couple of times, just the core rules, and it's something different because it's like hyper lethal because you can make a character that only has like one hit point.
I mean, I get the idea behind it, right? I get
Yeah.
the idea that of why it is what it is or whatever. But I mean, I don't know. To me, it's like the table. It's like roll on this table. Oh, you rolled a 20. Ah, the world ended.
Yeah.
What? Yeah, the game's over. World ended.
Thanks for
Moving
playing.
on.
Moving on.
I'll be right back, gentlemen. Give me a second.
All right, let's talk about him.
That Lance.
He's
So I had an
okay
odd thing happen today.
What's that?
Did it involve a moose or maple syrup or hockey?
None of those things.
Or all three?
Well,
at the
then
same
we
time?
are intrigued.
I had one of my teammates ask me if it was okay, what I thought about if they were to take one of our newer clients that we don't do a lot of work with. They thought they could develop this client quite a bit more, and they wanted, so right now we're not really doing a whole lot with them, but they feel that if they just put the extra effort in, they could develop this client into a decent monthly amount of work, but they wanted to take the client for themselves.
You've dealt with this
It's
before.
a dangerous game, my man.
Well, sort of, not really.
Okay.
Anyways, and I mean, I'm gonna tell them no, but it's just weird. Like, I think one of the reasons why a lot of my team works with me is because they don't want to have to pound the pavement to look for work.
Right.
They get the I'm gonna say luxury, but the ability to just do creative stuff. They
Just do the
work.
thing. Yeah.
Yeah. You know, the road is laid out in front of them. They just need to do that.
Right.
And that's no different here either. It's like, you know, in this particular case, I didn't have to do a whole lot of work to get this client, but I don't think we would have gotten the client if I was just some freelancer either.
Right. It's through your own goodwill in the industry.
Well, it's my notoriety, and
Yeah.
it was through a connection.
Mhm.
It was just weird to get this request, and I mean, I want my folks to succeed, but I just felt like it was. I don't know. What do you guys think?
Well,
I
if
think
if you let them do that, I want to set up a call with you next week, and I will take all your relationship accounts and I'll work them.
Right, exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I'm telling you. I'm telling you, man.
Yeah.
You start one, and you're opening the door for bad
Yeah,
stuff.
Well,
it's a-
and that's
ruining-
the whole thing. It sets a really ugly precedent, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it does set a bad precedent, and it's like you've put in labor to get your brand where it is, where people are coming to you, and regardless of how much work you put in, there is a quantifiable amount there, and
Yeah.
whether or not this person thinks what they can do with it, at the same day, if they're going to take it on to themselves, they're basically poaching your customers.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah. No, I completely agree. And
like it's weird. Like you know, why not start with a, you know, okay, you know, I have an idea. You know, we're still working with you. I want to take the lead on this. If it goes well, maybe I get a bonus or like I don't know, like something.
Right.
But it's like that's like
hey, listen, Matt, I think we can turn this from a $1,000 a month client into a $5,000 a month client.
Right.
If I can do that, do you think there might be a
Right.
a sweetener in that for me
Yes.
versus
Yes.
can I just have them?
Right.
And here's the question:
Right.
what is the onus if that person takes that customer, fucks them up, and they turn into a $0 a month customer?
Well, exactly.
And then what brand damage will happen if that person takes it to a $0 a month customer? And
Yeah.
you know, what's it going to look for? What's it going to look like when that person tries to recommend? When what do you recommend Matt Paquette and Company, and that because of that interaction, they get a negative review? I don't think it's worth it.
Yeah. No, I definitely not. So, I mean, I did kind of what if this too. I'm like, what if this client was an actual PETA client for me,
Yeah.
pain in the ass client,
Yeah.
and I really didn't enjoy working with them. I might be more amenable to getting rid of them. And if that were the case, I would still say, sure, maybe you can do this, but it would, we're expecting to make this much money on that from them for the next year.
Yep.
Why don't you pay us that and you can have them? But that's not even the case here because they're great.
I mean,
So-
it sounds like if that person, I mean, what's the just you sending an email and asking that customer is like, we think we could do more for you. Why? There has to be a reason why they're not spending more, or they would be spending more, or maybe there's reasons. It's just somebody's got to ask the
Absolutely.
question, right?
Absolutely. No, I agree. I just,
No, it's weird, man.
yeah.
Frank Mueller was not Frankie Munoz
Oh,
was
Frank.
not one.
I mean, a
neither
relationship.
was Frank Mueller either. So
So
You
on
were-
the flip side of that, I had like right now we're both Vika and I. Vika is my I don't know how
Photographer.
to, I don't know how to what to call her. She's my creative director. She's basically my right hand person.
Yeah.
My partner in crime. We're both underwater. Like we're like so busy.
Yeah.
And we had an amazing meeting today with a young lady who is like a web project manager, and she's all about automation. She's all about, I'm looking for like a project or a studio coordinator to help us keep on top of tasks and things.
Yeah.
And it's so funny, like several times during the call, she out loud said, "Sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself." I'm like, I like that. So I'm just about to set up all the different accounts for her right now and get her
Good,
started.
man.
It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great.
Yeah, man.
I forgot to I actually had a grievance as well, but I didn't get a chance to share it.
Does it involve food?
It does in a weird way. Well, not even in a weird way. As I said, I went to Mandalorian and Grogu
Oh yeah.
this evening with
Did
my
you enjoy it?
yes, with
Good.
my dad and my youngest son. And as we were leaving, I told Caleb, I was like, "Oh, hey," because they'll sell you this bucket, and for the rest of the year, when you go in, it used to be they'd fill the bucket with popcorn for free,
Right.
but now they just give you it's $5, and you get this giant bucket full of
Okay.
popcorn, and they don't even fill the bucket anymore because of a cleanliness thing. But you got to
Okay.
bring the bucket in to say, "Hey, I got this bucket." And then they basically give you a trash bag full of popcorn.
Okay.
So you get this more popcorn than you're ever going to want that you'll ever, and whatever, it doesn't matter. I said, go grab our bucket and let's go. And so we went and grabbed the bucket. And when we got to the movie theater, my dad was waiting there and he was like, "Oh, hey, let me get the tickets." And I was like, "Dad, I already bought the tickets online." He's like, "You can buy them online. You've been able to buy them online for years, Dad. Just whatever." Like, let's just go. He's like, "Well, I was gonna pay." And I was like, "Well, that's cool, but you can pay for the snacks."
Oh
He's like,
God.
"Oh, okay, that's cool." And so I walk up and Caleb's got the bucket in his hand, and this I'm guessing 18, 19-year-old kid is staring at me through this half-opened eyes of just the sheer contempt in his face for my even breathing oxygen at that moment. Like he looks at me and goes, and it just does not the "Hi, what can I get you?" or
What
anything
do
like
you
that.
want?
What do you want? Yeah,
Yeah.
like that. Just
What do you
just
want?
stares at me for a while, waiting for me to spot. And I'm just looking at him. He's like, "What do you want?" And I was just like,
He said
"Oh,
that?
yeah."
That's amazing.
It just like just, and
He
I was like,
actually said that.
"What do you want?" Yeah, just like, and I was like, "Oh," and then I looked at Caleb and I was like, and he had the bucket in his hand. And I was like, "Well, I want to get the thing bucket." I was like, "Caleb, do you want anything?" And the guy said, "That's the 2025 bucket." And I was like, I looked over and like we had the bucket in 2025. We got a bucket for 2026. And I was like, "Oh, Caleb, you grabbed the wrong one." And he's like, "Oh, well, you said just," and Caleb's like, "Well, you just said grab a bucket." And I was like, "I know, I should have looked. I should have recognized that you grabbed the," and I'm having this conversation. And then this, this troll, this misanthrope behind me goes, "Yeah, you don't get to use that for the deal." And I just looked at it, I was like, "Okay." And I turned back to Caleb and I'm like, "Well, what do you want?" And my dad's standing behind me. He's got his card out, and I was like, "Dad, what are you gonna get?" And he's like, "I'm just gonna get a soda." And I was like, "Caleb, what do you want?" And like Caleb starts like he's looking at it and he's like, "Yeah, so you can't get the popcorn in that." And I turned and looked at the guy. I said, "Okay, fine." A lot of people try to cheat and use the old buckets. Cool. I'll pay full price. Just like, yeah, well, that's the 2025 one. You can't use that. I was like, I think we moved past. I was like, yes, thank you. Thank you.
You can fuck right off.
Yeah, it's just
Oh,
like,
by the way, Lance,
yeah.
Great, great photo of Caleb in the orchestra.
Oh yeah.
So I went over to him and I was like, because it was his last one, and so I before they started, I saw he was getting into his spot, and I ran basically onto the stage because I finagled away, and like again, it's like I'm the only one. I mean, I'll go do it because nobody ever says anything to me, and I walk over there, and I'm like, smile. And he's like, no. I'm like, dude, smile. And I was like, what? I was like, Caleb, smile. And he's just like, no. And I literally that was like fine. I took that picture and he was just just the hint of a smirk. I was like, oh, perfect. I was
It
like,
was a
when I got the
great
pic-
photo. It was a really
It was
nice
good.
photo.
yeah. So I was
It
like,
was
that's
beautiful.
actually like he's Mr. Like when he takes pictures, he just tries to go, no smile, just being Mr. Tough Guy.
Well, he's a handsome young fella.
Yeah, if I ever find his dad, I'll figure out where he got the genetics from.
Well, the mailman's
just wait for the mailman. Yeah.
No one knows.
Nobody knows.
Waka
Right back.
waka.
Waka, waka. Well, that reminds me of like the old. I think I've told this joke before, but the man's on his deathbed, and he calls his wife over and says, and she's like, dear, where are you? I'm right here. I'm right here. And says, it's like, you've been by my side through 70 years of marriage. I couldn't have asked for a better partner. And she's like, oh, it's just like, but I can feel myself getting weaker. I don't think I can last much longer. And she's like, well, is there anything I can do for you? He's like, well, can I ask one question? And she's like, oh, sure. Ask anything you want, and he says, you've given me a beautiful family. I have, 9 amazing sons, but I have to ask, 8 of them tall, blonde, blue-eyed, but my 5th son, the one in the middle, short, brown hair, brown eyes, and she kind of looks at him, a single tear going down her cheek, and she's like, What's the question? He's like, before I die, I have to know, does he have a different father than the other ones, my other sons? And she like pauses for a long moment. She goes, yes,
That one's
he's
yours.
yours.
Yeah. Love it.
Lance.
Love it.
But yeah, no.
That's
Classic infidelity humor.
Oh yes.
Field Marshal.
I gotta say,
Where was the Freemason?
Freemasons.
I think
Yeah.
Freemason is
I
one
had that
word.
one.
I was gonna
It's
do
one
Fargo
word. Yeah, it is one
Moorhead.
word. It's
Fargo
one word.
Moorhead, but I figured you wouldn't get that one. So
Yeah.
I don't know how to feel about this game I just opened. It has 3 rule books for
What
a
game
game
is
that's
it?
this
Just pick
big.
one. Just pick one.
Oh, Map Masters. Yeah.
Yeah. Is it
Yeah,
good?
you can play the co-op version.
Map Masters. I've got 2 copies of it.
Yeah,
It's pretty
my one of my brother's buddies designed it, so you got to get it. So I was like, okay, well,
Who's
good. I'm glad it's supposed to be good. It's Ian Sebastian Bach, brother of Johann, I believe.
So that guy, apparently they found that game at BGG-Con 2 years ago. The guy came in and pitched it to him at the last day. And they were like, oh yeah, we're taking it. Instantaneously signed it.
Nice.
Captain Games. Yeah.
Captain.
That's
I
like
never
number
heard of it.
13 in the Captain Games line. Yeah.
Oh, Captain
Oh,
Games.
I believe it's number 11.
Number 11? Okay. I
Yeah,
think he's
I've
up
never-
to number 13 when I was talking to him.
Wait,
Who
that's
the hell is
11?
Captain Games? I've never even heard of him.
See, Cedric.
Something Como,
He used to
right?
own repos. He
Is his
was the
last name?
owner of
Yeah,
Repos.
he used to own Repos.
Oh,
Seven Wonders,
What was his
13.
first name? Vincent? Something like that? I met
No,
him.
it's Cedric.
Yeah.
See?
Cedric Como.
Come on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
see,
Yeah.
right there.
And his
You
daughter's name was
just saw him at the
Gwendolyn?
gathering. He and his
Gwendolyn.
daughter go there.
I'm not invited to the gathering,
I'm not
Chad.
talking to you.
They were really nice.
Yeah, they also did Ghost
did
stories.
13 words, sides.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ew.
Reposted
I
cash and
got
guns.
I got a
Yeah,
sticker
you got to
things.
sticker them.
No,
Yeah.
like, well, they also did a just one, so I'm all about just one.
Yeah.
That's
one.
repost.
But Captain Games, like I said, did 13 words. They did sides, and there's the reason there's 11. When I asked him, he said there's a lot of like French language party games that haven't been translated into English.
Mm. Yeah, they're very nice.
And they're putting out like that. What is that one? Tea time or tea thing? What was the new one? Tea and something.
TNT.
TNA?
No.
Turner and Hooch. Dynamite.
Yeah.
I think I assumed this was gonna. I assumed this game was gonna be
Sides?
tiles, not cards.
Sides?
Cards.
I was told there would be no math.
I'm a power load.
What will you load? Ah,
Fight.
I I was trying to
Thumb wrestle the neighbor.
no. God damn it, what was I gonna say? And I lost track of it. Paul Suckerman says, I just watched the Dice Tower review and they all gave it 5s. I could not disagree more. What is this?
On Map Masters? So they're talking about?
I don't know.
5 out of 10.
The 5 is the new 1 for them.
5 is the new 1.
Yeah, or 2. You know, like I don't think they go that low.
So it's funny, they bring up Dice Tower because I was just responding to a comment on my brother's Lunar Rush. Vassal just changed his rating.
From what to what?
I think from a 7.5 to a 7, but I'm like, I know, Vassal, I know you haven't played this game in the past 2 years. Come on.
Maybe he did.
No, he didn't.
Maybe
Come
he
on.
did.
I was like,
maybe
that's
it's a conspiracy.
Yeah, the 5 is the new like not like negative review.
I'm gonna do my best to bring back the 1 then. Evan, when's your next game come out?
One of these days.
One of these days.
One of these days, man.
Yeah, one of these days is what I'm talking about.
I get it.
One of these days. Great song by Pink Floyd.
That's what I was trying to invoke that, but I can't remember. I couldn't remember the lyrics.
One of these days, I'm going to cut you into little pieces.
Little pieces.
Did you see that ad that Catan Studios put out the other day?
No.
Like yesterday? They're doing a collab with Linkin Park.
What?
Okay.
Must be for the movie.
I was like,
my
is
God.
this real? I was like, what is this?
Was it good?
I don't know. I'm just like, it's just if they were, it was on the Catan Studios social feed, and it was like Catan in Linkin Park. I was like, what?
Sure.
Oh,
they're teaming up
Scott.
for an epic live.
Obviously,
All
I
right.
can reach out to her myself easily enough, but I can transfer the rooms to Lainey now. For
Okay.
Gen Con.
Awesome. Thank you.
These
Should I
stickers
go?
don't
Should
stick.
Should I go to Gen Con?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, you should go to Gen Con.
Oh my god.
You should go to Gen Con, and then I will do another Cthulhu with you and Matt and whoever else and Chad.
I'm not going
I'm
to
down.
Gen Con.
Well, you should go to Gen Con. and
Do you
play
know who's
Cthulhu
coming to
with us.
BGG Con?
Who?
I'm thinking about it. Things have, changed recently.
Am I pointing at Matthew?
If you go to Gen Con, get a hazmat suit and just walk around. And
I know. I'm
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
I'm
like
so
a boy in the bubble suit.
Like, how am I so susceptible? I've been sick on every con this past year.
That's what I'm saying. You're gonna have to get you a little. You're gonna be boy in the bubble for too long.
So
You're gonna end up playing Trivial Pursuit and going the moops.
to the moops.
The
All
moops.
right. I got a grievance.
The moves.
These stickers, the sticky's on the wrong part. So it pulls off and it's just
What?
like a little piece of paper and the sticky's underneath. The stickers don't stick.
That seems flawed.
That's what?
That seems flawed.
Yeah, How did I get a bad pack of stickers?
I know it, man.
Or-
They printed like 2,000 or so.
You found a
You got the
way.
bad one out of all of them.
I know. I guess I'll have to get some glue or something. I don't know. Well, what I'm not going to do is play this anytime soon. That's what's not going to happen.
Ah, there you go.
Not gonna
Do
work
you,
here much
do you
longer.
move the needle?
Am I right?
No, I don't move the needle. I
No.
move that a little bit. I'm no shut up and sit down.
Like a little,
Like I'll sell 50 copies of a game. I'm guessing.
that's moving the needle, in my opinion.
Yeah.
like
Hey, 50 something.
a really big deal. I bet I sold 100 copies of Merchant's Code
Like-
back in the day.
Like, how many reviewers move the needle?
Not
Two
that
of them.
many.
I mean, Shut Up and Sit Down, maybe
Yeah.
Dice Tower.
Yeah.
Right. That's
Does
it.
Shut Up and Sit Down really move the needle these days?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Now that everybody left, didn't all of them leave?
Yeah, it's all different people now.
Oh yeah, I don't know. I haven't heard
Quinn's
anything.
doing Quinn's Quest. I don't even know what Paul does these days.
I mean, I certainly moved the needle for a Reavers of Midgard expansion. Let's be very clear about that.
27 copies.
32.
Hey, that's not nothing. How's it going, Lance? Are you guys happy with it?
It seemed like it did all right.
It's still got another day.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Reavers Midgard expansion.
Oh, the reverse.
Yeah, we still got like what, 18 hours left.
Back it
Doesn't-
and then back it again.
Back it again. I already did when nobody showed up for the first half hour, and I just sat here talking. So yeah, I mean, I already did my whatchamadick.
People don't show up till an hour in. Fashionably late.
Well, I understand. People got better things to do than talk to me. I
I was
appreciate that.
busy.
1,110 backers.
That's a lot. That's good.
Yeah.
No, I mean, it was something. I mean, the nice thing is that like
This is great.
it's the nice thing about it is that it's done, right? I mean, it's all the art is done, all of the so we'll run a pledge manager for a very short period of time, and then send it off to the manufacturer.
That's great.
All you gotta do is hit the button.
We had to put a little cash in our pockets and deliver the game to people. So that'll be pretty nice.
Yeah, that's great.
We'll
open you up to do some of those other smaller crowdfunding projects. So I
Like
wonder if I can think of
Vampire
one in
Survivors
particular.
2.
like there's like this expansion to a game that we had pretty successful Last Light. Yeah. There you go.
Oh, I mean, that one's good too. That one's good
Wow, I just watched the last light of Evan's Hope die. That was
No,
that was
actually,
good.
after the Empire, it's like it's out there, right? I mean, so I mean, it's the idea of it.
We're forming the idea of a plan.
It is the idea of a plan.
You have concepts of a plan?
Concepts of a plan.
I mean, people still talk about After the Empire. I see it talked about at the flea market all the time. Hey!
Oh, damn, that one was right in Evan's nuts.
Speaking of Last Light, did you see Roy just open up his second store?
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's
I
awesome.
mean, if you had,
I know,
when
that's
he
great.
said, I'm going to quit this and I'm going to go open up my own store, I
That's
was
great.
like, oh, God.
Yeah,
Second
right?
store means you have to hire somebody to run it. Like, you can't just do it all yourself.
Right.
No. Good for him, though.
That's a
I'm
big
really
deal.
happy to
It's-
see him
it's-
succeed.
That's a
It's
big
what?
deal.
It's like a Japanese store, right? Like an otaku store.
It's
Yeah.
called Otaki, I think.
They got tacos?
Yeah,
No,
Japanese ones.
Yes.
Well, that was the logical conclusion to Chad talking about no takis. That got us there real quick.
I like tacos. Who doesn't
no
like tacos?
mames way.
All right. I need to go to bed. It's 1:30.
Oh, he's turning into a pumpkin, everybody.
I sure am.
Oh no.
Very nice.
Have still a lot of work to do on Bloodstone for tomorrow for next week.
Oh
so.
yeah, so yeah, I'm glad you said that because now I know I'm not
Are
getting a
they using
prototype
all
of that.
new art assets from the last Kickstarter? Or are they just using the last one and just running that?
Oh
back?
no, it's a whole new thing. Yeah.
You'll tell them what's what.
Yeah.
They'll
Cool.
listen.
Aldi, congrats on the win.
Thanks.
Matt,
see you
congratulations on blowing it.
Yeah. I know.
Oh. Good night, Matthew.
All right,
Thanks,
night,
Max.
fellas.
Sleep well.
Later.
See
Good night.
y'all.
So I have a grievance against myself.
That's
I was
exciting.
driving back home this evening, and I saw, like, when you go past those commercial buildings that has like a phone number and then the name of the person that's leasing the building,
Yeah.
and I was like, oh, okay, here's a phone number for somebody named Lee Sing. And I was like, who's Lee Sing? And I was like, wait a minute, Lee Sing? Oh, Jesus, I'm an idiot.
Yeah, but you're our
Lee Sing.
idiot.
Lee Sing.
For me, it was that I remember like the one thing that happened to me like that when we bought our house. They're like, okay, well, they're like, you just need to go to the title company and we'll meet you there and then we'll sign everything as far as like, to sign an initial, the 7,000 different things that you have to own the house and own the property or whatever. And I was like, awesome. So, and they're like, yeah, so we'll see you at the title company at 10 a.m. Awesome. The title company? And they're like, yes. The name of it. The title company. Yes. And they're like,
Okay, Abbott. Are you
and
Abbott or Costello?
they were like, what's the problem? I was like, I need to know the name of the title company. The title company. Yes. And then they were like, the name of the title company is the title company. I was like, thank you. I was just like, I was losing my mind. I was like, am I on candid camera right now? What's going on? But
It's like a who's on first.
yeah, totally. It was insanity. I was just like, what is going on? Why am I arguing with you about this? But I'll give me land, lots of land. And the stars has a moon. Uh, I don't know.
Aldi,
It's time.
did Matt tell you that he's coming to BGG?
Yep.
I
Yes.
convinced him last night.
Yeah, you got him drunk.
Well,
That's
among other things
Among
Pretty
other
fun.
things.
that I promised I wouldn't speak of. I was like, I've got a room. I can't find a roommate. He's like,
Oh.
you son of a
You
bitch.
son of a bitch. Dragging me in. It's great.
What else is what else is new and fun and cool? Dragons Down. I mean, Scott Demers isn't here, but Dragons Down Kickstarter is almost done.
Is it
You
almost
That's
haven't?
doing really well.
Yeah.
Good.
Let's see. Let's look at that.
Yeah,
42
how's that
hours
been?
to go itself. 1,400 backers. 234
Great.
grand. Every backer of that campaign makes my company more money. So, because we're handling the fulfillment.
That's
Guess I
great.
better back it.
So,
How many things have you been doing the backing for here lately? You're coming to your own little quartermaster logistics over there.
Yeah.
we are quietly getting more and more people, and plus we're handling a lot of people's we are quietly also handling a lot of people's warehousing, and handling their web store sales.
Yeah.
So and we are being very selective with who we take on because we do not want, like, what seems to be
Good
the
idea.
problem with people that do fulfillment is that they're small. So company goes, oh, can you handle this? And then you're able to say, yeah, I can handle that. And because it's the only thing coming in,
Right.
you're like, so it comes in and then you ship it out in 3 days. It's like, holy cow, my 2,500 backers or whatever got their stuff delivered quickly, efficiently, and it's done. And then that person tells somebody else, and it's like, yeah, you should really check these people out. And then they go and they check those people out, and they're like, oh, can you do this? And then that company then is like, I can't believe this. So I got 17 more people that want me to do this, and and you're already counting the money. Like in the cartoons, your eyeballs become dollar signs,
Yeah.
instead of, and so you all of a sudden you've taken on all these people and all these contracts because you want to make that money, but you don't have
Right.
the warehousing or the manpower or whatever, to do handle the same load, right? And so, and I'm not going to mention any of their names, but the people that have come to us and said, we really need you to be able to do this for us, they all have complaints about
X
the
person.
X fulfillment company that a year ago, 2 years ago, 3 years ago,
Right.
everybody, it was the cat's pajamas. They're like,
Yeah.
oh, these people, they're the best ever. And they're all like, yeah, I can't get any responses to any of my customer requests.
Yep.
All my orders go out super slow, you know. So we're being very, very careful about expanding.
Good idea.
Yeah. And so right now, I mean, we're handling a few here and there, and just we have more conversations happening at with a few companies that we think are a good fit that at Origins. So it should be fine.
Good.
I think I think what's happening a lot now is I think that more and more publishers are trying to focus on web sales, and they're trying to, but a lot of these publishers just they don't have the money to have a warehouse,
Right.
to house, even because, like, oh, I've got 3 titles and I've got 1,500 games that I want to sell through. Well, and my wife is, or my husband or my partner or whatever is yelling at me because it's in the garage and that's
Yeah.
where they sit, and I wait to get my orders, and then I package them up myself and send them out. And so finding somebody that's willing to, yeah, ship that to me, we'll keep it in our warehouse, and as the orders come in, you hook everything up through 3PL, and yeah, you're good to go. So yeah, I don't know. We're just um it is so difficult to be a publisher of board games and make money, like real money right now.
Oh,
It is,
just in publishing?
yeah,
Unless you got like
you have to be doing all kinds of other stuff too. I mean, that's why we have Gray Fox. That's why we have Nixel Miniatures. That's why we have Gameflow Solutions and another like 17 different companies or whatever that Shane
Yeah.
has his fingers in.
Do you think that's a universal fact, or do you think that's just a North American fact that you have to be doing 17 different things because of the situation is with tariffs and importing and yada 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 yada? Or do you think like European publishers have that same issue?
Sorry, I had to respond to something. I think that unless you have, I mean, it used to be like, oh, well, we got 2 evergreens. We have champions. We have Midgard and Deception. So, those keep the lights on and we can have fun doing the other things. Well, that isn't the case anymore.
Yeah.
You can't, so that doesn't work really well. I think that most companies need to do that. They need,
Regardless of locale.
well, or I mean, or your publishing is absolutely your side hustle, because
Right.
if it's your main thing, you need to be doing, another, you need to be doing more. I mean, it's just like, and next level miniatures. I mean, like, yeah, we did pretty well doing crowdfunding, but now like it brings in enough people. We have enough models and we have enough people that know we exist, that we have a steady income stream that comes in
Yeah.
on that, and they're finally self sustaining. like
Nice.
as far as, so I don't know. I mean, I often wonder, uh, when you get to be in your 50s, you start wondering, how long am I going to work? And like, and I had to honestly like ask myself, am I really going to still be wanting to go to frickin' conventions when I'm like 62 years old?
You're gonna be Luzaki, my man.
And like trying to convince people to buy a frickin' board game. Like I won't be like, buy it, don't buy it, I don't care. Just like you want to know
Lance
what
is
it's
going to turn
like?
into the movie theater game. What do you want?
Yeah.
You want to know how that game plays? Read the frickin' back. You just like, God, you have a phone? Watch a fucking video.
It gets
I'll be
the
here.
fucking job done.
Mm-hmm. Read it, don't read it, shove it up your ass. I don't care. Yeah, I don't know. That's just the way it is. I don't know. Anybody else? Anybody else play any games recently? Anybody got something game related? TV show you read that you watched that was really great? Movie that you want to see? Oh, 2027. Schwarzenegger confirmed it. They're
Oh
filming
yeah.
King Conan.
Yeah.
King Conan, the movie they hinted at the end of Conan the Destroyer, and one day he also had his own kingdom, and
Yeah.
the problems rested on a troubled brow. But that is a tale for another time.
Yeah.
And after decades, we will finally have King Conan. Schwarzenegger's coming back for it.
Is
Do you
he?
think it's gonna be like a main character?
King Conan or Conan?
Well, King Conan, yeah,
Conan.
King Conan.
Hey.
King Conan O'Brien.
Hey,
He's very tall.
Jeffrey, you told me you couldn't make it tonight, but
I
here you
know. Well,
are.
my thing ended, and I figured, maybe there's a chance I can drop in and say hello to my fine friends. But how late? It's
Well,
like 2 o'clock in the morning for you guys.
Jeff, take a look.
I'm
Oh,
running
very
gas, for
nice.
sure.
Very nice. And you found the hidden rule book.
I did. I did. Yeah, I played four scenarios tonight.
Excellent. Excellent.
Haven't died yet. I'm very good at games.
It's maybe so. And that is something I think about. What's the optimal amount of failure or success on a solo game or a co-op game? That if you win all the time, it's boring. But if you get spanked all the time, it's just sucks.
Well, the loudest group of solo gamers say, well, you should lose 70% of the time. That's the loudest group. I don't think that's the most numerous group.
I don't
Yeah,
think
that's
that's
a
the
good
most
point.
numerous group.
Yeah, they're just the loud ones.
Yeah.
I mean, look, I just enjoy playing, and I like to win the thing so I can move on and advance, get to the next part of the
Yeah.
story.
Yeah.
So I'd rather win way more than I lose, unless it has like a fail forward type thing, if it's
Right.
got story. And if I'm playing co-op game with my wife, like we better win. Like
Yeah.
that's just better be what it is. Like if we lose 3 times in a row, she's done with the game forever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you guys ever find that when you play a game that beats you and you get frustrated and want to play it again, and you'll play it 10 times in a row and lose 10 times in a row, and then the 11th time you'll win, and then you retire that game, you never touch it again? It's like, okay, I beat it, I'm done. I never need to see it again.
I don't usually make it to that 11th
I feel like
time.
I've
Yep,
had a
yeah,
game.
yeah. If I get my butt kicked 10 times in a row, I'm like, yeah, either I'm stupid or
I'm
it's too
not
hard.
playing
Probably
that game
both.
anymore.
Yeah. No thanks.
I know, wasn't that the Ghost game that was
Ghost Stories.
Ghost? Yeah.
Yeah, I
Ghost
played that
Stories is one of
game.
the most difficult games ever.
Yep, I played it I got a copy like 2 years ago. It's expansions. I played it like 3 times, and I was like, one of them I lost in like 8 minutes. I was just like, you know what? I don't need this in my life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. I don't
Um,
know. I think it should be I'm guessing the actual desired win rate is like 60-40.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I would guess.
Win, lose, something like
my
that.
my mentality was when you're playing a cooperative game that or a solo game, you should absolutely lose the first time you play. If I sat down and I played a game and me and my buddies we won the first time we played, assumed we either did the rules wrong and so we shouldn't have won, or it's too easy.
Right.
You know, and it's just like so that was a big flag for me. If it was like, oh yeah, we won. It's like, wait a minute. Like we don't know anything about this game. We don't know what the optimal strategies are. You know, we should not have won this game.
It's a video game, but the first time I played King's Bounty, I played it on easy mode and I didn't read any of the instructions or anything, and I just barely won. And it was exciting, but it was on easy mode. And then later on, as you play it and get it. So I think if you're on easy mode, it's okay to win. But what about Gloomhaven? Gloomhaven, I feel like I win 90% of the time, but I always feel like it's by the skin of my teeth.
Yeah, there is that. I actually do. I got many thoughts on Gloomhaven.
Skin of teeth is good.
But I do really like playing a game and you always are positive that you're going to lose and you pull it out. And I'm okay with always winning. Like I just finished Tales from the Red Dragon Inn, and we were talking about it, all 25, 26 scenarios. Every single time we were like, it was over. We can't win. There's no way. It's not possible. And then we would still win.
Right.
That's a blast. That's where it should be. And sometimes we were sure we were going to lose, and then we rolled it, which is also kind of exciting. But I don't ever, whatever it is, I don't ever want to feel like there's no chance or this is just easy.
Yeah.
Now, are you talking just any cooperative game, or is it like a cooperative adventure game, or is it?
For me, that's a good cause. I want to feel like, I'm not going to win and then barely pull it out. But I am one of those that I want to win more than I lose.
Yeah.
For all in any co-op. But if you put that question out there on social media or whatever, you're gonna get the loud people who be, you should win half a percent of the time, and even then you have to lose a kidney to do
I
it.
remember, I think it was Yggdrasil was like a cooperative game that I was super excited to play, and then we beat it the first time we played it, and I was just like, oh, well, that wasn't all that tough. And then that Rising Atlantis or whatever, that was another
Atlantis
co-op.
Rising.
Atlantis Rising. I mean, we beat that the first time we played, and we're like, well, this. I mean, it just that it should kick your butt the first time. I mean, I still remember the first time we played Arkham Horror. I mean, that was what got me into the hobby, the board game hobby. I was like, okay, we're gonna play Arkham Horror, and read the rules, and we're up against Yog Sothoth, and we're like, oh, okay, well, the Doom track, Rich. So Yog Sothoth shows up, and I remember we're all like sitting there, and I was just like, and everybody's like, okay, grab your weapon. This is what we're gonna do this. And I remember I was like, wait a minute, guys, wait a minute. And like the Yog Sothoth thing was, uh, you know, every round, like if you had to have like a monster trophy or something, and if you had a monster trophy, it would consume one monster trophy. Any investigators that had no monster trophies are immediately devoured by Yog Sothoth, and nobody had a monster trophy. It was just like, all right, so we lost. They're like, why did we lose? And I was like, none of us have a monster trophy. Yog Sothoth just consumed us.
That's fun.
And then I remember we were like, oh my gosh, we had a blast. And then it was like, okay. And then like next time we played, we were like, okay, make sure we're closing the gates, not just running around like crazed animals, not actually doing the things you need to do to succeed. So
Right.
it was that's great.
I will say, like, if it's like something like Pandemic, where it's like 30 minutes, 45 minutes a game, I'm totally fine eating junk all day long.
Sure.
But if it's like I'm playing something that's like I'm invested 3 to 4 hours a single session, it's bad news bears, man.
Yeah.
Bad news bears.
Oh, also I figured out something about I'm still impressed with Gloomhaven, but I couldn't understand how it was so tight. And then I realized that they've got the deck instead of rolling dice. So over the course of 20 turns or 20, turns of the card, you're going to get your crit, you're going to get your fumble. Whereas in a game with dice, if you throw a d20 30 times, you might get 7 fumbles and no crits.
Yeah, but you don't exhaust the deck.
5% per number or whatever on a D20.
Yeah, one of my actual issues with Gloomhaven is that deck, because like I remember me and my buddy, he had culled his deck, everything bad out of the deck, and it was like, oh, so you have just massively increased your
Right.
auto miss, and I was like, that's dumb as hell. Like I hated that dumb deck. I just once in the I think it's in the online version, like it's actually a toggle you can put on to where the fumble is just a -2 or something. Because like all of us, like we would like have this beautiful plan, like really work is going to be this, and my one time per game card, and my one time for this. Oh, fumble.
My
Ugh,
biggest thing
hated
with Gloomhaven is I played it once and I was like, okay, that's cool. But I never really felt like I was doing a cooperative thing. See, Aldi. Um, uh, um, you taking off too, William?
Well, I was saying that night to Aldi, but
Oh.
after this story, I am, yeah.
Well, no, I mean, and we can wrap up too. Actually, I didn't get a chance to talk to Scott. You big jerk! You were supposed to wait for I was gonna do the thing with the stuff. Hold on, I gotta just reach out to him quick.
That's funny.
Hey, I got a question. Um, I'll hit him up tomorrow probably. But anyway, um, I I had a group of friends who got together like every Wednesday or Thursday night, and they got together in this guy's house, and they would play, and they would play Gloomhaven for hours, and they were like, we're gonna get through the whole game, kind of thing, right?
Mhm.
And there was a handful of times where I had to like drop something off, and like I was like, they're like, oh, do you want to play? I was like, nah, it's okay, no big deal. And um uh and so uh we were but every time I would go over there, like, oh hey, I gotta drop this off, or oh hey, I gotta go pick this thing up from you or whatever. I would see this group of four guys playing Gloomhaven, and all of them every single time just with their for lack of it, I don't know, have a card. They have their cards, like four of them sitting around a table. For like 10 minutes. Nobody's saying a word to anybody, and they're just like,
Yeah, it is a bit of
And
a
then imagine when they finally play that card, they pull the fucking fumble.
well, no, I mean it's just like, and they sat and they were like, just everybody, and they're like, oh, is it me or me? Okay, yeah, hold on. Okay, and I was like, whoa, settle down, boys. It's just like it just did not look like fun at all. There was like no interaction. There was nobody getting excited about. Yeah, I don't know. And obviously, I'm in the minority. The game has sold a million copies, a million bajillion
Right.
copies, and all credit in the world to the designer and the company. But man, oh man.
Yeah, I recognize that I'm not obviously the minority, but I just my biggest issue was there's no story. Like, why do I care? Like, we finished after like 18 months the main storyline or whatever. It turns out we just like did a beeline like through the flow chart, and the only reason we knew we were done is because the scenario is called the End of Gloom. And I was like, oh, well, like, look at that, we did it. But I couldn't tell you why we did any of it. I was like, I don't care. I mean, very much lots of cool stuff. I'd just take out the fumble and give it a story, and I'd be
Yeah.
interested.
I mean, I'll go all the way back to I remember um the it's here's the problem, and I think this happens in and this is not to kiss Jeff's ass because he's here or something like that, but one of the biggest problems I've always had of people are like, oh, I'm gonna make a board game that's gonna be the D&D game, you know, and I'm always like, well, D&D has a game. It's called D&D,
Yeah.
so I don't need a board game version of
Right.
D&D. I remember when the Pathfinder adventure game came out
Yeah.
from oh man, I don't even remember what company that was.
Didn't Paizo put it out?
Yeah.
Yeah, Paizo did it.
Paizo,
You're
but-
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I remember I
And
was so excited for that. Everyone was like, this is gonna be the game. This is gonna be the game that's gonna take Pathfinder D&D and they're gonna make it into a board game. And I got so excited. And I remember I bought my copy at Gen Con, and then me, Joel Eddy, and Marco Arnaudo, we found a place to play. We sat down to play that, and I remember feeling like I wasted $70. I was
Yeah.
just
Like
like,
if you want to play a role playing game, play a role playing game.
but it wasn't even a good game. It wasn't even fun. I was playing this. It was
Oh, I don't
this
know.
weird.
I like that game, but I
Oh,
also
you're.
played. I had the app version on my
Oh
little
well,
iPad.
it probably
It
is
worked
fun then
great.
because you don't have to do any setup or any other thing.
That's true.
I was like, this sucks because I was just like, I remember it was like, oh, I finally defeated this monster. What do I get? Nothing. You get to pick another card. Oh, great. I mean, the whole point of D&D was like, oh, you beat up the ogre, so now you get a sack of gold.
Right.
It wasn't like you beat up the ogre, and now you get to now you get to draw the next card. Oh, it's a pit trap. Oh, you take more damage. The fuck? This is the most, and the fact that like literally they just used the most boring art of all time for that game. It was like
Yes.
you literally have a catalog of fantastic looking art, and they just like, hey, we got any of those line drawings? Yeah, let's put those in there.
Just think, man, if like in 2004 you invested in a sepia ink company, how rich would you be today?
Yeah.
I mean, I remember I posted my review, and people fucking went after me, and that was one of my very few negative reviews I ever did.
He gave it a
Um,
5.
what?
So he gave it a 5.
I don't know what I rated it. I don't really.
No,
I
that's a
never.
callback to Dice Tower
I
earlier.
know, I know. I rarely do video ratings or whatever. Let me see if I can see where. Let me And I remember I just remember saying, God, this game is
Not,
uh
it's only tangentially related. The new one they did, the Pathfinder Adventures, pretty damn fun. It looks like what they sent me was pretty much the final version, the prototype they sent me. That's pretty fun.
yeah,
Not
13 years
great, but
ago.
good.
13 years ago, I made the review. Am I seriously the only person that hates this game? Because I just saw review after review after review of people just praising it for just being the best thing ever.
And how many views did you get? I bet a lot.
I got a lot. I did the grabby title before people did the grabby title, But and then 100 and some comments of people telling me I'm like, obviously you're just um
You're playing it wrong.
you're playing it wrong. You don't know what you're doing, moron.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
always funny to me, and I'm sure Evan can speak to it, but I love seeing the BGG reviews where someone's like, this game is terrible because of this and this, and you're like, you're literally playing it wrong, like for reals.
Yeah.
Like,
It's like, I hate this game. It's terrible. It hasn't come out yet.
Yeah.
yeah, my brother used to get a little bent out of shape about it. Like there was
Yeah,
one,
you
it's like,
can't.
oh, well,
It's-
all you got to do is just you just bid the maximum 5 every time and you win. And like it's literally like the second rule. You can't do that.
Right.
But he's like, should I like try to mesh? I was like, no, you shouldn't. You
No.
just
You let it go.
it's not going to get better.
Yep. You just let it go.
I know I need to go leave some reviews on After the Empire and just have something that's wrong with the rules,
Just
and
make
then you
something
can.
up that's not even in the rules.
Yeah.
You take the turkey card every turn, and man, you're just going to win.
I know, especially
Now I
if
got to
you
make
get
a
the
turkey
space
card.
shuttle.
Here, somebody said, here, I can sum this up as the viewers expecting a tabletop RPG, but playing a computer RPG, a game like Diablo, blah, 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 blah. Uh, anyway, I was like, you're basically saying, yeah, you expected something that it wasn't, and that's why you didn't like it. And I just said, what I wanted was a fun game that offered me more choices than just turn a card over and do what it tells you. There are no meaningful choices in this game. It boils down to luck and dice rolling. If you like the game, more power to you. But this is one of the most devastatingly dull and mediocre games I have played in a long time.
That's brutal.
My hot take is I feel the same way about Tales from the Arabian Nights.
I'm
I
gonna
feel that
take that
I feel that
exact.
the Arabian Nights is just super boring.
I
I'm
just
gonna
like
take
looking at this image of me from 13 years ago, and there's
share
no
it,
gray in my beard whatsoever.
share it, Evan. I'm gonna take that exact comment and I'm just gonna post it on your
You should.
After the Empire. Just
You
boom.
should.
I'm gonna get that put on the box for whatever your next game is.
I'm gonna get that shirt.
Look at that young pup.
Look
Oh
at that
God!
kid.
Oh, look at that. Oh,
There's
let's
actually
judge what he's got.
look at that. There's neck in that shirt, and oh my God! See your neck.
Look at that kid.
You can see
Yeah.
his like part of his upper lip. What's going on here? Who is this?
Yeah,
And
you
look at
look
that.
like you're about
Ghost
12.
Stories right behind him.
Yeah.
Ghost Stories is a jam.
Look at that young,
Spartacus back there.
young little
I like
puppy
that
right
game.
there. He just
Oh yeah, look at there, space accountants. You got space mice and mystics,
Pirates and dinosaurs.
gamma
Mm.
routers over there. Look at that, still in the shrink.
I still have Gamma Riders.
Still in the shrink.
And the rare to find expansion. Nobody has the
I
expansion.
hear so many people talking about Vegas Showdown, but I never played it.
It's a good game.
I like it. I like how it says, "Feel free to check out my Facebook page." Well,
Yeah.
maybe I will.
Maybe I will.
Maybe I will. Maybe I won't. Who knows?
But I feel like
Um,
I'm free to do so.
Yeah. Yeah. Back when my beard wasn't nearly as big and I wasn't nearly as big. And yeah, anyway. Who knew? Who knew?
Look at that. That's back before the bandana.
That was that my beaten up twins hat that traveled with me wherever I went. I still wear the twins hat every once in a while. I can't find them. I always take my hat off and put it somewhere, and I can't. But I have like basically this like you know how sometimes when like you'll buy a set of sheets or whatever, and it comes in a cloth baggie.
Yeah.
You know, like the sheets come in that
Damn,
cloth baggie.
Lance buying the fancy sheets.
Those
So-
are fancy ones.
No, I just got another cloth baggie.
Egyptian
I just got this cloth baggie from buying a $16 set of sheets for my my
Put your dice in that and go.
They're for his minis though, so it's
no
very
well, no,
expensive for
so
toy.
My son Caleb got a new bed, and so we got him some decent sheets, and one of the first things he did was he spilled milk on them and then forgot to do anything about them, so then they got moldy and we had to throw them away. And so I said, I'm going to go to Target and I'm going to buy you sheets with flowers on them. He's like, no, you won't. I was like, yes, I will. And you're going to use those.
That's a weird bluff to try to call on you. I wouldn't call that bluff.
And so of course I got the sheets. These are the color of the sheets now. And they're actually quite nice, but they're only $16 at Target. And I gave them to him and he's like, I like them. And I was like, good. I'm glad you like them. Good. I'm glad I like them too. Good. Go put them under your bed. I think I will, he said.
Here's a glass of milk. Enjoy.
But anyway, so like you get these, right? And so I have one of these hanging in my bathroom that is filled with bandanas. And so like if I'm like, oh, I need a bandana, I just reach in there and grab one, pull it out. Good to go.
If you ever go to the Alabama concert, you got a bandana wearing for sure.
There you go.
That
Um,
reminds me at the at the con, Luke Laurie was there, and he came into the room, and he's like, "Hey, can we borrow your copy of Andromeda's Edge? Because someone's like, I really want to play a game with you of Andromeda's Edge, and will you play with me at this convention?" He's like, "Sure." And Luke walks up, and the guy's like, "Wait, you didn't bring the game with you? That big fucking cube?" And he's like, "No, like where am I putting that?" So he comes, he borrows ours or Don's, and comes back later with a handful of soaking wet tokens because the guy he was playing with knocked over one of those like 64-ounce water bottles
No,
just right on the thing. He was like,
no.
here's your pieces, Don.
That happens
That's
at
it.
that happens at Gen Con like every year in the hot games room. Like though, because they donate games, and um, every year somebody will have their kids in there, and they'll just spill water everywhere, or somebody will bring a drink in and they'll spill it and just ruin like one of the promo copies they have. It's like, oh, thanks.
mhm.
So terrible.
Well, I suppose it's 1 o'clock.
Yep.
All right,
Um,
I'm just here for the after boom.
Yeah.
well, Aldi's not here, so I don't. But we can do an afternoon if you want. But yes.
Hey, Will, if you want to send that copy of Lightspeed along to somebody else, if there's anybody else on the panel who would like to take a look at Battle Station's Lightspeed, that would be great. I could use another pair of eyes on it.
Don't all volunteer at once, y'all.
Yeah.
I don't run any kind of content channel. I'm not going to be helpful.
And you know, I don't. I mean, Jeff, I will do it for you anytime you ask. But I don't. I mean, I don't get near the following or views. I mean, if you like, I can try to find somebody else for you that to do it. You know, Ryan Guerra would be a really good guy. The guy who does the How I Roll channel, and he's a
I
really
don't,
really nice guy.
well,
Let me talk to him and see if he's willing to do it. I mean, because he actually like has people watch it, and whereas my videos now are usually politically motivated and grouchy.
I
all right.
But
used to have a
yes,
channel that reached
but I'll find
tens of
somebody, and
designers.
I'll make Hungry send it to him.
Okay.
Hopefully, there will
Um,
also be politically motivated and grouchy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like that needs to be a card that you can get in the Empire's End expansion or after the Empire expansion.
Politically
Politically
motivated.
motivated and grouchy. Yeah.
It sounds like a good name for like a TV show.
Politically motivated and grouchy.
Yeah.
That's going to be my new YouTube channel.
Yeah, exactly.
Good. We'll send
Can
you
I be a
Lightspeed
guest?
battle stations.
I'll be a guest on the show if you like.
Could be a star guest.
Yeah, I'd be the star.
Be the only guest. Lance could be Chad's Andy Richter.
Yeah.
Hey, what do you think, Lance? Shut up.
um, who gives a shit what I think? You know, something like that.
It's a good name.
Yeah, there you go.
Put that on a shirt.
All right, everybody. Thanks for showing up. Thanks for
Right.
doing. Oh, Jeff, what's your homework for next week?
Oh yeah, homework for next week. What day of the week will it be? Will that be the second,
I
third,
don't know. It'll be Wednesday.
Wednesday?
Well, you're gonna make me pull up a calendar?
It's the third.
Wednesday the
Wednesday the
3rd.
third.
Wednesday's the third. Yeah. So the homework is your 3 favorite game designers. I know it's really like your top 10 or your top 20 or top 50 of movies or whatever, and it just seemed like a slog. But if we each pick 3, then we'll get through with with cross-pollination and whatnot, maybe 5 or 10.
Well, then we all have to say Jeff and Evan, and so then we
Yeah.
only get one.
Yeah. You just
Yeah.
What's
say
your
Jeff,
favorite game
Evan.
designer and why is it me?
I would say my favorite game designer is Ryan Mock, basically because he somehow managed to make a really good game, lugging that
Despite.
anchor Evan
Yeah.
behind him
Who
the
is
entire
grouchy
way.
and politically motivated?
Yeah, who is grouchy and politically motivated.
So true.
All right, so that's homework for next week. Bring those three and we'll discuss.
All right.
Sounds amazing.
All right, thank you, gentlemen.
All right. We're going turning
Good night.
off the live stream. So if you wanna, we might be able to like have an after